हेलो। There is a technical issue. We will start the meeting in a short time. Please cooperate with us. Good morning to all our respected dignitaries, experts, participants, and guests joining us virtually. We are sorry for the little delay, and hence I am asking permission to start the workshop. We welcome you all to a national workshop on emerging technologies for plastic waste detection and cleanup, organized to mark World Environment Day 2025. We request all attendees to settle in as we begin shortly. And I request speakers to enable their mic so they can speak. So, to start with, I am honored to introduce Professor Asita Kulshetra, ma'am, coordinator and head of the Amity University of Applied Sciences, Amity University, Lucknow campus. Dr. Kulshetra has completed her MPhil and PhD from Aligarh Muslim University and received her postdoctoral fellowship from CSIR. She has more than 50 publications in the field of solid state spectrometry and has 30 years of experience in teaching. Please join me in welcoming ma'am to deliver the opening welcome address and set the stage for the enriching experience ahead. Please, ma'am, unmute your mic.
Thank you, Dr. Ramandeep. A very warm welcome to all the dignitaries and participants present for this occasion of celebration of World Environment Day. I would like to welcome our chief guest for today, Shri Safi Ehsan Rizvi, IPS Executive Director for NIDM, the respected Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Anil Vashish Sir, our respected Deputy Pro Vice Chancellor, Wing Commander Dr. Anil Kumar Tiwari Sir, Professor Surya Prakash, the head GMR and CB RN division of NIDM, Dr. Papia Mandal from CSIR NED, Dr. Ravind Singh, Senior Consultant from NIDM, and Dr. Rajiv Pratap Singh, Associate Professor from BHU Varanasi, Dr. Ashutosh Kumar, PIET Patiala, and our moderator, Dr. Ramandeep Kaur, and convener for this uh, workshop, Dr. Upasna Yadav, all other participants, and our faculty members. I greet all of you on this occasion of celebration of World Environment Day, which we celebrate every year. But as we all know that this is not the only day where we should be concerned about environment. We all have to be very, very sensitive about the environment each and every time, in each and every act of ours which we do in our daily life. And as a academician and as a scientist, we own much more responsibility than simply doing a smaller task to prevent the environment. So as this workshop is designed to make aware the people with the AI-based technologies and the new technologies for the plastic waste management, as we uh, all are very much aware that plastic, due to its mismanagement and non-degradability, has become a significant environment problem. So the need is to enhance domestic recycling rates and to optimize the waste management. And for that, we need to know there are a number of conventional practices which are in use, but since those conventional practices have limitations of such as sensitivity to contamination, they have low precision, and other color and material heterogeneity sorting technology. So we need to have more precise and efficient technology. For that, definitely in the age of AI, we can take help of AI to have more technologies which will have a better management of this plastic menace. And that is what this workshop is designed for. So I hope everyone will be able to get some takeaway from this workshop. So I congratulate Dr. Upasna and NIDM for organizing this workshop. So thank you everyone for participation, and hope we'll have some intake from this workshop. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm and inspiring words. Now, to provide a deeper understanding of the theme and purpose of today's workshop, I invite Dr. Ravinder Singh, Senior Consultant, NIDM, Delhi, for the context setting.
So, good morning to all. I am Dr. Ravinder Singh. So, good morning to all dignitaries, esteemed speaker and participant. As we are gathered on a World Environment Day, the topic of our workshop resonates well with the this year theme of World Environment Day, that is beat plastic pollution. It is one of the most pressing environmental changes and the challenges before our time. Over the past few decades, the exponential rise in plastic production and consumption has led to an alarming accumulation of plastic waste in our ecosystem, even in our bodies in the form of microplastics. Plastic pollution exacerbates the deadly impact of the triple planetary crisis, the crisis of climate change, crisis of nature, and pollution in the land and the air and the water, and loss of biodiversity, and the this waste is adversely impacting our health, public health system. So this is not the new initiative the UN is taking forward. This year, World Environment Day observance comes as a countries make progress towards securing a global treaty to end plastic pollution. So recently, Republic of Korea in November 2024, they hosted 1/5 session of negotiation to develop a plastic pollution treaty. And this year, again, Geneva should going to host. Second part of the this session will take place on from the 5th of August till 14th of August in Geneva. So the global level initiatives was already taken by the United Nations and other forum. This workshop aimed to highlight innovative and emerging technological solutions for detecting, managing, and ultimately reducing plastic and solid waste. By bringing together experts from premier institutions, we aspire to create a platform for knowledge exchange, collaborative learning, and policy guidance. Today's webinar consists of 4 keynote speakers and lectures on the plastic and other issues by our distinguished speakers. Sessions will explore everything from the plastic pollution, microplastic impacts on ecosystem and environment, technological advances in plastic waste management, and government initiative like Mission Life to promote and encourage sustainability. Each session will be followed by open question and answer sessions. Please, this is requested to all the participants. Please keep your mic muted. Post your question in a chat box, so we will address them appropriately in the end of the session. NIDM and Amity University are proud to collaborate on this initiative, as a tackling plastic pollution is not only an environmental concern, but also a key aspects of disaster risk reduction, sustainable development, ecosystem, and health. Together, through science, innovation, and awareness, we can work towards cleaner, safer, and more resilient future. Let us use this opportunity to exchange our ideas and best practices and inspire actions and strengthen our collective commitment to addressing plastic waste holistically. So thank you all for joining us.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting the objectives and relevance of today's workshop in our global climate and sustainability mission. Now I invite Professor Anil Kumar. He is a retired Indian Air Force officer and is a distinguished academic leader and researcher. Currently serving as Deputy Pro Vice Chancellor and Director of Amity School of Engineering at Amity University Lucknow campus, he brings a wealth of experience to his role. Dr. Tiwari earned his engineering degree from Thapa University, a master's in engineering from Pune University, and PhD in electrical engineering from MNNT Allahabad. His research spans advanced control systems, neurofuzzy techniques, photonics, optoelectronic sensor, and cyber physical electrical systems. With numerous patents and high impact research publications, he has guided many PhD scholars. Now I request Professor Anil Kumar Tiwari to please enable your video and mic.
Thank you very much for that nice introduction. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Upasana, am I audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
You're
Yes,
audible,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. At the outset, respected experts from NIDM, Dr. Ravinder Singh, Professor Surya Prakash, and all other expert speakers, Dr. Asita Kulshrestha, Dr. Upasana, and all the participants of this workshop, my felicitations on International Environment Day. And we are very happy that with the support of NIDM, we are conducting a national workshop on emerging technologies for plastic waste detection and cleanup. Plastic, once thought as a wonder material and a very economic one being used world over, has now turned into a menace. It has affected the environment in a very, very serious way. It has affected the health of the individuals and the entire ecosystem. Eventually, the macroplastics finds its way to the water bodies, polluting them very, very seriously. And then it is estimated that several hundred trillion tons of plastic finds its way to the ocean floor. So that is the kind of threat we are dealing with. And there is a requirement to explore the latest in the technology to identify the plastic waste in our water bodies and elsewhere and take care of them. There's another big threat from the microplastics, which basically emerge after the macroplastic gets broken up and in certain other processes. They have affected our food chain, they have affected our bodies, and they have been found even in the blood and in the milk of the higher beings. So that's the kind of serious threat we are talking about. Apart from affecting environment, climate change, human health, health of all animals, plastics represent a bigger threat. As a final solution, there may be better technologies, better products, environment friendly products, which will come in the years. But the amount of plastic waste which has been generated definitely calls for latest technologies to handle them and effect cleanup of the environment. I place on record my deep appreciation for NIDM and our ASAS team headed by Dr. Asita Kulshrestha, environment specialist Dr. Upasana Yadav, for organizing this event. My best wishes to all the participants. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your insights and encouragement. Now, Professor Kamar Rahman could not be with us due to some urgent meeting. So I request Dr. Upasana Yadav to speak on her behalf. Please, ma'am, unmute your mic.
So, Dr. Kamar Rahman ma'am has today published one article in the Times of India. The topic is to combat the plastic pollution through the sustainable solutions. The article was very well explaining that the pollution has emerged as one of the most pressing environmental challenges of the 21st century, adversely affecting the terrestrial and marine ecosystem, wildlife, and human health. The persistence of plastics, and particularly single-use plastics and microplastics, has prompted the need for the urgent and sustainable interventions. The innovative and the sustainable solutions to mitigate the plastics pollution, including the development of biodegradable and compostable alternatives. The promotion of circular economy models, effective waste segregation, recycling systems, and community-driven awareness campaigns. Additionally, the role of policy frameworks, extended producers' responsibility, and the technological advances such as chemical recycling, plastic to fuel conversations, and are examined. So the article has emphasized a multi-stakeholder approach. It highlights the long-term success in integrating the environmental consciousness into the production, consumption, and waste management practices. Sustainable solutions not only aim to reduce the plastic waste but also contribute to achieve a broader environment and public health goals that align with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So the article was today published in the Times of India. So it is very well explaining that how we can combat the plastic pollution through the sustainable solutions. Yes, Mandeep. I thank to NIDM for collaborating with us to organizing such a wonderful workshop.
Thank you, ma'am,
Over to
for
you.
sharing your vision. And now I request Professor Anil Vashisht. It's an honor to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Anil Vashisht, Pro Vice Chancellor of Amity University Lucknow campus. He holds a bachelor's in electronics engineering and master's in business administration. Before academia, he worked with Industries and Trident Group. His global collaborations with institutions like Wharton, MIT Solon, and Harvard Business School have helped elevate academic standards. An author of 2 books, The Words of Campus Placements and The Word of Brands and Branding, he is passionate about shaping future leaders. I request you to kindly share your address with us all.
Ramandeep, I'm
Professor
sorry to
Anil
say that,
Vashisht.
sir, I think so. Sir has some important meeting, so he could not join. So,
Okay, ma'am.
okay, okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So, with
Our
moving
deputy pro vice chancellor is with us, Dr. Anil Kumar sir. So, okay.
Okay, ma'am. So I request Professor Anil Kumar to speak a few words.
I think so. He
He
has
has
addressed.
already
Ha,
delivered
ha,
his speech.
he has already addressed. Sir has already
Yes.
addressed.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Now moving forward with our webinar, and I invite our next speaker, Professor Surya Prakash. He is, he is the head of the Geohydrometeorological Risk Management and CBRN Industrial and Cyber DRR divisions at the National Institute of Disaster Management. He also serves as a chairman of IQAC and IAIP, Chief Information Security Officer, and faculty in charge of several specialized centers, including the World Center of Excellence on the Landslides Disaster Reduction, Early Warning and Communication. He led IPL 172 and IPL 233 projects under the International Program on Landslides and coordinated the Indo-Japanese Action Plan on Landslides and Disaster Management under bilateral cooperation. He is nodal faculty for coordinating with the Union Ministries of Parliamentary Affairs, Labor and Employment, Petroleum and Natural Gas, Coal, New and Renewable Energy, Communication, Mines, Shipping, and Northeastern states for facilitating formulation of DM plans. Sir, we warmly welcome you and request you to kindly deliver the inaugural address.
Thank you, Dr. Mandeep. Ramandeep, first of all, good morning to all, and I welcome all the distinguished dignitaries, distinguished experts, delegates, and participants on behalf of National Institute of Disaster Management, Ministry of Home Affairs. And
Sir, very good
my
morning
previous
from
speakers.
Lucknow, sir.
Yeah,
Very good morning from
Dr.
Amity, Lucknow, sir.
Very good morning.
Thank
I
you,
think
sir.
it was your initiative and pursuance that this day we are observing it jointly
Sir, it
together.
is all because of your guidance, sir. Sir, it was very
We are
nice. Your
always there
guidance was.
to support and extend our cooperation. But I would
you,
also
sir.
like to thank the senior officials from Amity who have also joined, particularly Wing Commander Professor Dr. Anil Kumar. Tiwari ji, who had just spoken before you, and also Dr. Professor Ashita Kulshrestha, who made the launching pad of this 2 days observation of World Environment Day.
Good morning,
has
sir.
been very important. Good morning, Professor Sita. And also would like to express our heartfelt thanks to the Vice Chancellor, Amity University, as well as the PVCs of the university, including Professor Dr. Anil Vasishji and Dr. Rajiv Verma ji, who had supported this program, along with my colleagues, Dr. Ravinder Singh and Dr. Ramandeep. So we are also very thankful to our experts like Dr. Papia Mandal from NIRI and also Deep Pratap Singh, Institute of Environment and Sustainable Development, and Dr. Ashutosh Kumar from Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, along with Dr. Ravinder Singh from NIDM. So this is initially I wanted to actually warmly welcome each one for joining hands with us as a team to propagate, strengthen, and promote our endeavors towards plastic-free planet, which is one of the aims of our country. And we have a lot of national programs, not only the global initiatives which started way back in 1970s, and from 72 onwards, we have been observing this day on a regular basis consistently, and these days after the increase of use of the plastics and the artificially made products from the various fossil fuels, they have actually increased the menace of mankind in terms of their intervention with the nature, and this has increased to an extent which is beyond our capacities, and therefore it can also be termed as one of the types of disasters, because in disasters we say something which has a substantial impact on our life, economy, or environmental properties, and that goes beyond the capacity of the community, can be termed as a disaster. So this has been well felt, not only global level, because the huge volumes of the plastics being generated and being used and the demand being increased is very much worth mentioning. I think overall an estimated 11 million tons of plastic waste goes into our aquatic system, and we incur an environmental cost of plastic pollution of almost to the range of $3 billion to almost about $600 billion, which is very huge in terms of its cost. Now we can just not talk about the problems that we are facing. We have to find solutions, and how we are trying to find solutions in terms of our policies, strategies, and frameworks at the global and the national level. Recently, our Honorable Prime Minister, he launched a mission which he termed as Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam. Because afforestation will help us accumulate carbon in terms of trees and forest, which will help reduce the carbon content and particulate contents in our atmosphere. These plastics, particularly the microplastics and the nanoplastics, now have created a major problem even to the human health because of their penetration into our bodies. Being lighter and being smaller, they can always be undetected and affect our human health and cause sometimes cancer or respiratory diseases, as well as sometimes even the heart attack like kind of problems. This need to be dealt well, and for this the mission life, the Prime Minister, which started on the 20th October 2022, is one of the important interventions he initiated, and he said, let's have lifestyle for environment. We can carve out our from the natural materials, nature-based solutions, rather than creating artificial materials which are not easily disposable or which cannot be easily recycled and can be recharged. So therefore, this event was very, very important in the year 2022. And also, last few years, we have been making campaigns and calling the plastic for free planet. And in India, we have already said one nation, one mission, and end plastic pollution. These are the slogans that have been raised from time to time. And this year, the target is very clear. We are pledging to make this plastic-free planet. And also, our climate change plans, including the National Action Plan on Climate Change, has also focused on protecting the ecosystem from the plastics. Because the life, be it in the atmosphere or the aquatic environment or marine environment or on the land, terrestrial environment, all affected in one or the other way by these plastics. And as I said, particularly the micro and the nanoplastics, which has very small size in terms of their presence in the environments. Now, there are other efforts which have been made by UNFCCC, United Nations Framework for Convention on Climate Change, also talked about it. And they said that we should try to achieve carbon neutrality at least, so that if we can reduce these kind of pollution emissions which get generated, particularly consumption of these plastics, particularly when we are trying to generate energy from these plastics, lot of carbon gets into our atmosphere and pollutes the natural environment, which cause a lot of health problems and issues. And that's why we need to take care of it. This actually has also again, because in order to meet our energy needs, looked into in terms of electrical vehicles to reduce the pollution into our environment. And we started a program, FAME means faster adoption and manufacturing of electric and hybrid vehicles. This scheme has also been providing subsidies for purchase of these electrical vehicles, so that whatever fossil fuel consumption or plastics we are using in terms of generation of energy too can also be reduced. There are other missions wherein we are trying to clean our environments, be it aquatic, environmental, marine, or atmospheric. And particularly, I would like to mention our national mission on cleaning Ganga. Is a Namami Ganga program, where the rejuvenation and cleanliness of Ganges is one of the important endeavors initiated by our government of India, particularly the Ministry of Jal Shakti. And these all efforts are actually aiming to reduce the presence of plastics in our planet, on our planet. So I hope the deliberation which will be made by our distinguished experts will throw more light on the extent, severity, diversity, and distribution of these plastics in various forms, and the extents of those problems, and the probable or potential solutions which are of practical nature, and also trying to promote our living and lifestyles in terms of nature-based solution, natural conditions. And I wish all the best to all the distinguished speakers. And once again, I would like to thank our collaborating organization, the Amity University, for observing this very significant World Environment Day. And I thank my colleagues for cooperating and supporting all the efforts in conduct of this program. Thank you each and everyone, and wish all the best for safe, healthy, good quality life on equitable, justifiable, and right-based manner with good fraternity amongst all of us. And let's pledge to make this planet plastic-free and reduce the use by setting practical examples, not by preaching through such programs. And let's begin from ourselves, and then we can request others to follow. So with these words, I thank you each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Back to you, Dr. Amanti.
Thank you, sir,
Thank
for
you, sir.
sharing your knowledge and vision. Yes, Upasana ma'am.
Yes, you can continue, Ramandeep.
Yes. Ma'am. Now we are moving ahead with our technical sessions. So we take great pleasure in inviting our first speaker, Dr. Papiya Mandal, Principal Scientist at CSIR NEERI, Delhi Zonal Center, to share her expertise at our event. With over 23 years of professional experience, 20 of those in an applied environmental research, Dr. Mandal has established herself as a leading expert in air quality monitoring, waste management, and environmental impact analysis. Her profiling contributions include publications in prestigious journals. She has also authored multiple international book chapters and actively participated in global forums. Dr. Mandal's experience in organizing training programs for pollution control boards and delivering expert lectures across institutions make her as an exemplary speaker who bridges research with real-world environmental action. So I please invite Dr. Mandal to share her keynote lecture.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Welcome you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much for nice introduction.
Good morning, ma'am. Welcome to the
Good
webinar.
morning. Good morning, Orchita ma'am.
Good morning. How are you?
Ma'am, fine. How are you, ma'am?
Yes, I'm all fine. Just all the best for this
Thank
World
you.
Environment Day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And same to you, ma'am. Please share the slides. Namaste, sir.
Namaste, madam.
Namaste. Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, kindly share your presentation.
You please share, or shall I share?
Ma'am, we don't have a presentation of yours. Ma'am, kindly share from your deck.
Acha, I have already sent. Okay.
Ma'am, there is a third option for sharing your presentation.
Okay. I am trying to share.
Ma'am, if you are feeling something difficulties, so Upasana ma'am, do you have your PPT? Papia ma'am PPT with you? Upasana ma'am, kindly unmute yourself and please guide us.
The PPT I have shared to Ramandeep also. Ramandeep, you can see the PPT.
But
your WhatsApp.
Ramandeep is informing that she don't receive PPT.
Okay, okay.
Share.
Or you
I will
can do
share
one
the
thing, ma'am. Yeah, you just WhatsApp
Yes.
her so that we
I have
can share
WhatsApp
from
her.
our end. Okay, Ramandeep,
I'm
kindly
sharing the
check your
PPT.
WhatsApp. Okay, ma'am.
Share.
Otherwise, ma'am,
I'm
do
sharing.
one thing. Yeah, you can share
Yes.
Papia ma'am PPT from your end.
Yes, I'm sharing my screen.
Okay, ma'am. Then I'm not trying to share my PPT.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Can you see the slides?
Not yet, ma'am. Yeah. Make it full screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Can you see the slide now? In this.
But your PPT is not on full screen mode. So it's better if you can
I
do
have,
it.
I have done it. Can you see it now?
Not yet, ma'am. Maybe there is some network issue.
Ma'am, there is a bottom option for slideshow.
Ramandeep, you can see the WhatsApp. I have shared the PPT. Can you see the PPT now?
Yes, ma'am. You can continue with this
Yes.
also.
Okay, okay. So, ma'am, you can start. Papia, ma'am. Papia, you can start. Papia, ma'am. Ramandeep, see, ma'am has logged out.
Yes,
Papia,
ma'am,
ma'am.
please continue. Papia, ma'am, please continue.
She is not in this, ma'am.
I think so. Her mic is
Papia,
muted.
ma'am, please unmute your mic.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning to all the participants, organizers like Amity Lucknow and NIDM, and all the eminent speakers who have tirelessly working to find out the solutions for the abatement of plastic pollution. And
Hello.
plastic
हाँ
pollution.
पहले
Someone needs to be unmute the mic. To abatement for the plastic pollution, and I am delighted to be the part of national workshop on emerging technologies for plastic waste detection and cleanup. Before starting my presentation, I like to thank Oshita Kulsesta madam and Upasana Yadav madam for giving me the opportunity to say something about this topic. It is a very challenging topic, and this topic everyone needs to be worked so that we can make plastic free environment in our future. And for that we need the sustainable solution, so that it can have the circular economy and it can be used very efficiently, very cost benefit way in our day-to-day life. And initially I have shown here the two pictures. That the first picture shows that the variety of the plastic products, yeah, it has become the our wholesale. Basically we are day by day depending wholesale for the plastic products, and life cycle of the plastic product is not less than 20 years. It may be extended up to 500 years also. So in our day to day life we are very comfortable with the plastic material, but it is needs to be minimized of plastic waste material, because the more and more using of plastic, it is generating more and more plastic waste. And the second picture shows the how plastic waste are dumped. Plastic after using it is dumped in the everywhere, and the management of that plastic is very difficult in our day-to-day life. Now, all the pollution control boards and all the government organizations and research and development centers like NIDM, we are tirelessly working for abatement of the plastic pollution, so that we can free the plastic pollution free environment in India. Please come to the second slide. Hello.
Now this is the second slide. Can you see it?
This is the first. Nay. Please. It is better to show slide.
Ma'am, And this is your first slide.
मूव नहीं कर रही है.
It is moving.
नहीं, यहाँ नहीं कर
No,
रही है, सामने नहीं कर रही है.
should I share it again?
Yes, ma'am. I'll be happy.
Now can you see the slides?
लोड हो रही. Yes.
This is the third slide. I want to come to the second slide, ma'am, please.
Oh, okay. Second slide. Yes, ma'am.
Now I am coming from the basic definition. What is plastic? A plastic material, it is nothing but it is a semi-synthetic soil. It is made of naturally or prepared through synthetic organic compounds. And it has a wide application in all over the sectors in our day-to-day life. And the world is more trending towards the uses of plastic and generation of plastic as well. So there are two types of plastic based on the composition. One is thermoplastic, another is thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastic are those plastic which are softened by the heating and hardened by the cooling, like butter. It is softened by the heating and hardened by the cooling, and it can be easily moldable and recyclable. It can be any shape. But if we are talking for thermostatic plastic, the plastic we are using our day-to-day life, this type of plastic softened by heating but solidified by cool, it may be reshaped repeatedly without significantly chemical change. So these plastics are creating the problems because these are not the naturally plastic, these are the synthetic organic compound. It has the synthetic organic compounds, and for these compounds we are facing the sustainable way recycling of the plastics. Please come to the third slide.
Ma'am, I have changed.
No, ma'am, it does not come.
Ma'am, I have changed it.
नहीं मूव कर रही फिर.
Ramandeep, why it is not showing?
Yes.
Because I am
अब हो गया.
Yes, on which
Okay.
slide you are, ma'am? Please guide us.
The third slide. This is the third slide. This slide I want to say they by composition.
Do one thing.
Yes.
Sorry, ma'am, for the inconvenience. Upasna, ma'am, kindly
Yes.
stop sharing option from your end so that we can share madam presentation from host end. Okay. So please stop sharing from your screen. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Shall I continue, ma'am?
Ma'am, wait a
Wait a
minute,
minute.
ma'am. They are showing
Minute,
the
ma'am.
slides. Wait a minute, ma'am. Some technical issue is occurring. So,
Ma'am, are you able to see your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now
Yeah.
it is in better positions. Yes.
Okay. Now.
third slide. Third slide.
It is the third slide.
Yeah.
Yes.
This one, ma'am.
This is the third slide. Shall I continue now?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yes. So earlier, the second slide I have shown that type of plastic material based on the composition. But if we based on the composition, overall it is classified into 7 types of plastic, and each plastic have assigned a number. Suppose it is a PET, then PET bottles is only using for the water bottle jars and caps. If we are talking for HDP, high density polyethylene, that plastic will be used for shampoo bottles, crockery, and bags. If it is polyvinyl chloride, the cleaning products and sweetening, and even for the plastic shampoo bottles and grocery bags, somewhere that symbol has been given. We have, or it is written somewhere. It is HDP. Like this, 7 types of plastics like PET, PVC, PET, HDP, PVC, polyvinyl chloride. Ma'am, chala gaya. बेटा हम शेयर करें क्या
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Some issue has occurred.
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am. Shall I share, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, you can share.
Hello.
Okay, then I am
Hello.
trying.
Yeah, ma'am, there is some network issue, so we are connecting again. We are
Okay,
sharing
ma'am.
your
Okay.
PPT. Sorry
Ma'am
for
can
the
share, sir.
technical.
Ravinder sir. Ma'am can share the slides if she want
No,
to.
ma'am, we are sharing. We are sharing. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Ex- um, Papiya ma'am, we can move to the next participant speaker for now, as there are some technical issues. You can deliver your lecture after Dr. Ravinder Singh.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Now I request Dr. Ravinder Singh to deliver his keynote lecture.
Thank you, Ramandeep. So I'm sharing my slide. Can anybody confirm that Upasana ji, can you please confirm? Are you able to see my slides?
हाँ दिख रही है मगर सर या फुल स्क्रीन कर दीजिए अगर हो सके।
Don't worry. I hope now it is comfortable to see the slide in full screen.
Yes.
Yeah, thank
Ravinder
you.
sir.
Yeah,
Ravinder sir.
yes.
One of our speaker, Ravinder sir, one of our speaker, Dr. Ashutosh from Thapar University, has to leave early. So can he do the presentation just now?
Yeah, he have his slide. Okay, then. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so we are giving floor to Ashutosh, Dr. Ashutosh, to give a
Yes, sir. Thank
presentation
you
on
so much, sir.
Has to Treasure Technological Innovation. So over to you, sir. I am just removing my PPT. Please share your PPT with us.
Ashutosh sir, you can share your PPT. Ramandeep sir, please unmute sir.
Ashutosh. Hello. Actually, ma'am, Ashutosh ji is not in the panelist. Have he our link of panelist so he can join
Sir,
us?
I have shared him with the link.
So can you please contact Ashutosh ji, because we are not having his contact details,
Okay, okay, okay.
because we
Okay.
are not able to see him either. Yeah, his name is Dr. Ashutosh Kumar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we are making panelist to him. He's in the attendance or
तो
as
आपने
a participant.
participant.
So yeah, we make him as a
Hello.
panelist. So Ashutosh
Okay.
ji, over to you. Please share your screen.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
Loud and
yes,
clear.
yes, yes, sir.
So I have also shared PPT with Upasana ma'am, but let me also share
Ashutosh ji,
from
please
my.
share from your side.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So first of all, thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity, and I would like to say sorry to Ravinder sir. He was actually presenting, but in between I came up. So sorry for that. So let me. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. We can see your screen, sir.
So let me straight
So,
away present. So I am trying to present on trash to treasure. So what are the technological interventions we can make for plastic waste management? So these are the problem which we all are aware of. So how we are generating the plastic? So mostly it is related to the lifestyles. So we consume some product and we dispose the materials, which is the packing material in form of the plastic. So production, consumption and disposal is the part of our lifestyle. Then ultimately it makes the environmental impact when we are throwing it to the landfills or we do the pollution in the ocean. And microplastic, the tiny plastic particles, which are nowadays a big challenge to handle. And ultimately, we have the health concern related to that. Nowadays, you could have read the report about
Sir, your
how
slides are not moving.
not
Ashutosh,
moving.
sir, your slides are not moving.
अभी मूव कर रहा है मैम?
नहीं सर.
Yes, yes.
अच्छा,
Yes,
अभी
slides
दिख
are
रहा है
moving.
शायद.
Please go ahead.
अच्छा. So basically, we always talk about the circular economy, but why I have shown you the picture that most of us either could have known the story about this picture, or if not, let me explain you a bit. So basically, we are saying that we are following the circular economy, but we are not, because recycling is following the linear path these days. So in the case of circular economy, basically we are marketing the recycles to achieve the sustainable development goals. So in recycling, what we are doing that we are basically downcycling the product. So if we can do the recycling in a way which can increase the product which we are generating out of the recycle, and that could add somewhere to the value chain, then it's called real circular economy. So this is the circular economy of the plastics, which is a closed loop system which generates the continuous production of the material. So let me start with the feedstock. So feedstock is nothing but the fossil resources which we are getting in form of petroleum to produce the plastic. So then it go to the production, and ultimately we manufacture the plastics. And those plastics is added to the chain, supply chain basically, and then it come to the consumer. Thereafter, what we do, the consumer, as a consumer, we dispose those plastics. Thereafter, collection, sortings happens, and recycling. In what we do usually is those plastics go to the straight away to the recycling. But if we are trying to enhance the product, then it could increase the value chain. So we can produce the surfactants and aldehyde. This paper is published in Science. So here you can get more insight about how they have increased. So just now I heard about the lecture of Papia ma'am. So she was also trying to explain the same thing. So here I am not going to add how different kind of plastics are going to affect the environment. Just I can tell you that what are the challenges. So we are able to recycling polyethylene, SDP, LDP, but the problem which we are facing is in the thermoset plastics and polyvinyl plastics. So this is the most difficult part. So let me talk about the limitation in recycling and reuse of the plastics. So first problem is the consumer behavior. Our behavior controls how much waste we are going to produce, in which form, whether we are actually segregating or not. So those kind of things. Then sorting and identification of different kind of plastic. That is another challenge, because if we do not sort, the buyer will not buy your product at the same price. Then different recycling processes for different types of plastic. That is another challenge. And ultimately, which I told you in the beginning, that downcycling is another challenge, because we are not adding to the value chain. And about polystyrene and PVC, already I talked about. So here I am actually talking about the technology. So this is the blockchain technology. You could have heard about the Bitcoin. So how this blockchain technology can be involved into the plastic waste management. So in nutshell, I would like to say that it's a ledger management, like how much plastics we have collected and how much plastic we are selling to the other party and how much that other party is giving to the recyclers. So those kind of things. So if we use the blockchain, our data will not be tampered. So just let me give you one small example. Suppose everyone actually involved in this supply chain is having a key, sorry, not key, the part of the key. And if everyone agrees, then only we can open the lock, right? So that kind of thing is there. So everyone affirmation is very important here. So that is blockchain. So that is how we can make the system tamper proof. So here I would like to talk about the integration of Internet of Things and blockchain. So in blockchain, we can save the data, which is tamper proof. But how we can use the IoT? So in IoT, basically we have the sensors and we apply the sensor to the smart dustbin. And in smart dustbin, suppose if it threshold level is achieved, then it will give the signal to the mobile phone or any other device, and that is how the party will come to collect. So this is all about the integration. And this is again here in this picture, basically I am trying to explain that how we can use the blockchain in the plastic. So what happens, suppose we are using the molecular marker, means kind of functional group which we actually add to certain kind of plastic. Then when this particular plastic is going to the supply chain, we will know that how many times actually this particular marker has appeared, and accordingly we can count how many times this particular bottle is recycled. So why we have applied this? Because for some materials, so we know that after suppose 10 cycles, the strength of this particular plastic is not as good as before. So that is why this kind of technique will help you to achieve the circularity. And this is the application of blockchain throughout the world. And you can see India is still behind. So before actually appearing here, so I talked to Upasana ma'am, and I also talked about how we are implementing the Zero Waste Campus at the Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology. So here I have some real life example that how we are managing our campuses. So let me talk about what is Zero Waste Campus. So it's a philosophy which is focused on reducing the amount of waste that ends up in our landfill. So what kind of principle we should follow to achieve this? So this is the 6R principle recommended by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change to increase the resource efficiency. So reduce, reuse and recycle, I guess most of the students could be aware of. So let me talk a bit more about the refurbish, redesign and remanufacturing. Refurbish means basically we repair that part only which is not working. Suppose if we talk about the smartphone and camera is not working, we will just replace that camera with the new camera in a way that mobile phone behave as good as new mobile phone. So that is refurbished. Then we have redesign. So redesigning, basically nowadays you could have seen that Amazon people are not sending a lot of basically papers in most of their products. So this is kind of redesigning. And remanufacturing. Remanufacturing is basically we either take the reused part or repaired part to make the new product. So this is the 6 R's principles. So at Thapar, basically this is the team which is managing the waste for the whole campus. So here you can see some of the pictures where they have used the tricycles to collect the waste from households. So basically here we have 3 types of waste. One is the dry waste, and second is the wet waste, and third one is the biomedical waste. So the point is how we have achieved that. So basically we have a team which actually went once to all kind of stakeholders, like they went to the professor's quarter, they went to the staff quarter, they went to the hostels, and they basically sensitize the people that how you have to segregate. And time to time, even when this thing is in operation, they go and see, they mark it down, which household is not giving the segregated waste. And then they again sensitize them. So that is how we are sensitizing the people here. Then this dry waste go to the MRF facility. So this is the picture of MRF facility where they segregate all kind of waste. So here I have shown some of the product. Basically, here I can show you the glass, PET, mixed plastic, carbon box, road waste. So there are many kind of waste. So ultimately, I have not shown here all, but we have 18 type of waste category. Like in paper also, we have different kind of paper, white paper or colored paper. So likewise, we have 18 categories, and we actually give all these things to the recyclers. And by selling these things, actually we are generating revenue, and the revenue is around 3.5 lakhs, 3 to 3.5 lakhs per annum. Sorry, per month we are generating the revenue at Thapar. So this is about the, so I talked about the dry waste, how we are recycling, and then it is about the wet waste. So we collect the wet waste and then it go for the shredding. Thereafter it goes to the composting, and the same compost is utilized in our household. So if somebody is liking, they will just give the nominal fee of 5 rupees per kg. We provide them, or we also use in our gardens. So this is the picture of what I told you about awareness. And even these days, I also actually give a lecture about the awareness program to our municipal authorities. So basically, they are also taking our help to implement the same thing in few of the wards in the Patiala Municipal Corporation. And these are the other student related activity, like some big events are going, cultural events. So there also we sensitize the organizer so that we can collect the waste in proper manner. So this is the achievement so far. You can see in some of the blocks even we have achieved the 100%, but in some of the blocks we are facing problems. So like where they have restaurant, so there we are still facing some challenges. So this is all about Thapar zero waste model. So I would like to talk about the possible solutions now. So possible solution is other than the recycling, we should focus on the upcycling of the plastics. Like we can make aldehydes or other products which could be marketable and which could actually provide more price other than this recycling practice. Thereafter, recycling of plastic using blockchain technology. So it is not very hi-fi technology. So if you are a computer science student, basically you can understand and you can implement in your campus itself. Thereafter, plastic waste management using IoT. So it's about sensors. So nowadays, in our, so here actually we have one activity called Experiential Learning Center. So there basically we provide around 2,000 rupees to every group, and they do actually real life project. So in those projects, many of the students have made such kind of smart bin for the medical waste, because medical waste even the collector should also not get in touch with. So those kind of bins could help them to send the signals so that they could come and they could just take that bin. Then product of high value products from non-recyclable. So it is again related to the upcycling of plastics. So I am not talking more about it. So this is the conclusion of this talk. So zero waste campus is achievable, and in the beginning when we also started, actually we faced many kind of challenges, and nowadays we are facing some small challenges, not that much. But by changing our lifestyle and by sensitizing the people, we can achieve it. Encourage others to adopt waste reducing habit. So that is what we are doing right now. Together we can make a difference and pave the way to a sustainable future. Sorry. So other than this waste management thing, we are also reducing the greenhouse gas emission to this waste management. So that is how we are also saving the environment. So these are a few of my publications on estimating energy recovery potential from municipal landfill sites and determining the quantification of tourism waste in the hilly terrain of Himalayas. So basically here we use the GIS and the data provided by the Himachal Pradesh government to predict exactly how much amount of waste is lying in the mountains where tourists are visiting. And another publication is about the greenhouse gas and carbon sequestration potential from municipal solid waste landfill in the 23 metro cities of India. And if you want to contact me, these are my details. And you can also contact Dr. Upasana. She is also having that. So thank you, everyone. So if you have any question, you can ask.
There are no questions, sir. And thank you so much, sir, for the innovative and solution-driven presentation. Now I request Papia ma'am to
Thank you,
please
ma'am.
speak.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It was a very nice presentation.
But still I am here, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Dr. Papia ma'am, please, you can speak now. And Dr. Ravinder Singh is sharing your presentation.
That PPT is already shown here. Shall I continue in this?
Yes,
PPT?
yes, ma'am, please.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am. But earlier slide I have already informed that there are two types of plastic based on the composition, but compositions can be thermoplastic as well as the thermostatic plastic. And if you compare for all the things, there are 7 types of plastics that are available in the market till date, and they can be classified with the proper number, that is paste, PET, HDP, PVC, LDP, PP, PS, and others. And each plastic has the different specific applications. If you are considering for the PET, it will be water bottles, jars, and caps. HDP plastic, it is only for the shampoo bottles, crockery, and bags. Like PVC, it can be for the cleaning products, sheetings, and low density polyethylene for bread bags, plastic films, etc. Polypropylene, it will be yogurt, cups, straws, hangers, and polystyrene, takeaway, hard packaging, toys, and others is for baby bottles and liners. And if we see the bottles, yesterday also I was I am trying to find out whether this bottle it is mentioned or not. I found it is mentioned that shampoo bottle it is HDP. So overall, we have to take care for the 7 types of plastics, and 7 types of plastic has the multiple uses in all the sectors in our day-to-day life. Now come to the next slide. Ma'am, please.
Ma'am, you are sharing.
अच्छा नहीं, आई एम नॉट शेयरिंग मैम. आपने दे निकाल के रखा तो मैंने स्टार्ट कर दिया था. You please share, please, ma'am. Shall I continue,
Yes, ma'am. Next slide. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Acha. That information I have taken from Times of India, which is published in the 2021, and these shows a global plastic waste generation trend on yearly basis, and it was observed that generation in 2016 it was 2.01 billion tons, and it is expected that 2030 will be 2.59 billion tons, and 2050 it will be 3.40 billion tons. That is based on the global. And plastic waste in India also increasing because users of plastic are increasing in day-to-day life in our Indians, and it is observed that that within the few days, the few years, in the last 5 years, it has become the double. And now we have find out what is the per capita consumption of plastic in each year. It was found that global plastic consumption is very high, that is 28 kg per year per person. And India is quite low, but still it is increasing. At present, India it is 11 kg per year. And it was observed that 2015 and 16, that plastic waste generation in India was 15.89 lakhs ton per year, where in the 2019-20 it was found that 34.69 lakhs per ton. And here in the bottom, we have already mentioned for the few states like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, West Bengal, and Karnataka. And among the all the 5 states, we found that Maharashtra is the highest generation doing the generation of plastic, as followed by the Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, West Bengal, and Karnataka. So plastic waste generation there for the 5 states, it is found that it was varying from 2.96 lakhs ton per year to Maharashtra 4.43 lakhs ton per year. Next slide, please, ma'am. That is that I am showing that state-wise plastic generation in India, state-wise plastic generation is also very high, and it was observed that only 60% of the total plastic is collected, because plastic collection is a challenging task. Plastic is very light in weight, and with the temperature and low humidity, when the wind flows from one direction to another direction, plastic is also trying to move from one direction to another direction. So collection of the plastic is very less, and it was observed that only 50 to 60% of plastic waste is collected, and 30 to 40% could not be collected. And among the 60%, generally plastic is not collected in the separate bins. Plastic is collected with the mixed with the solid waste. Initially, in the early stages, we have to talk for the solid waste management. Then after that, later 2010 onwards, we have started for municipal solid waste management. Now we are very concerned for the plastic waste as well as the battery waste as well. So we are very coming from the very stringent portion from the solid waste management to municipal solid waste management. Then after that, we are coming odd stringent, little bit stringent more in terms of plastic waste management as well as the battery management and etc. These are the top 10 cities as shown where the generation is very high, and very high as per the information received from the Central Pollution Control Board. And it was found that per day tons of plastic generation is very high at Delhi, followed by Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, Hyderabad, Surat, Kanpur, and Pune. Next slide, please, ma'am. Then for the plastic, for handling of the plastic, what are the problems is associated? Because ultimately the huge generation of plastic is not degradable at all. It takes minimum 20 years, and after that it may be extended up to 500 years also. So there is no other option if we have to do the reuse of the plastics. It has to be waste can be recycled in any form. So segregation of the plastic is very difficult, because there are 7 types of plastic, and 7 types of plastic after collection, then there is a need for sorting and cleaning. And because cleaning is very much important, if you are not doing the proper cleaning, the value of the product which will be prepared from the plastic waste, it will not be value added product, and it will ultimately hamper the circular economy. So step-wise plastic management, if we talk about, we have to do mainly. Yes, ma'am. Last slide, ma'am. Last, ma'am. No, ma'am. Ma'am.
Ramandeep. Ramandeep, please. Previous slide. Share the previous slide.
So collection, sorting, and cleaning. Sorting can be done in the 2 types, or sometimes it is 3 types. One is the manual sorting, and the second is the density-based sorting, and third is the sorting by the selective dissolution. Today, that Kulshreshtha madam was taking that sorting can be done by the artificial intelligence, and here for density-based sorting and sorting by the selective dissolution, it can be done by artificial intelligence, because it will save the time as well. And after that, there is a need for cleaning, drying, and washing. And washing can be done in manual washing as well as the mechanical washing. So for segregation of the plastic for reuse is very important. Initially, it is required for the collection of plastic waste. Only 60% is collected at present in India, and 40% remains unattended in multiple portions of the community sector and other areas. And sorting is also important. Here I have shown the picture for the manual sorting, and after the cleaning, cleaning and drying of the plastic. Next slide, please, ma'am. Huh. So the way forward, what we have learning from that every year 7 million plastic tons are wasted worldwide and leading the landfill pollution. Because plastic, whatever is used, whether it is contaminated or not, that we don't know. If it is a domestic product, plastic maybe it will not be contaminated so much, but if it is a plastic waste contamination, especially for the industries which are dealing with the hazardous waste and chemicals industries, that plastic is have the chance that it will have the landfill pollution as well as the groundwater pollution as well. So, creating domestic as well the industrial waste raises more concern about the recycling, because if it's not properly recorded, there is always chance for pollution the groundwater as well as the that particular area of the landfills if it is deposited in the landfill. That I have already mentioned that sorting is a crucial step for recycling process as well, because it affects the quality of the product and of the final product as well as the circular economy of the industry which are directly involved for the recycling of the plastics or preparing the sustainability in our day-to-day life. Next slide, please. Now, plastic waste management technology. Plastic waste management technology, there are not so technologies has developed till date. It is under R&D. Even NIDM is also doing lot of R&Ds in this plastic waste management technology, because initially we used to took the plastics in tons per kg. Now we are coming the microplastic, nanoplastic. We are coming the smaller size, because smaller plastic are available and already informed by the others, because it is coming to the mother milk also, as well as the in our bloodstreams also. The plastic waste management technology we have to very careful, but there are not so much technology available till date in India. There are basically that technology. If we develop, think of, there are two types of technology. One is conventional technology, another is emerging technology. Conventional technology, we are talking for the three things are the recycling, incineration, and landfill. Initially, for the product which is not used in our day-to-day life, it may be recycled to form another form which can be used for any sector. Otherwise, that plastic can be incinerated, and after incineration also, whatever the bottom ash or black carbon is deposited or solid waste is deposited at the bottom of the incinerator, that will be landfill. But in the conventional technology, it minimizes the landfill sites problem, because it reduces the burden of the landfill site, because the whatever the bottom is coming, it is very nominal as compared to the plastic when it is not recycled or incinerated. And then there is the emerging technology. Emerging technology, there is basically the one technology is available, that is the pyrolysis. Pyrolysis is pyro means burning in the absence of oxygen, and lysis means from breakdown from higher molecules to the lower molecules. And when we are doing the pyrolysis, we are getting for the 3 to 4 things like gasification. We are getting the gases, carbonization, bottom ash, whatever the available material is there, that is carbonization, that black carbon is available, and flash joule heating, that heating also we are getting, and after that photocatalyst also it can be developed. So one point is there, that pyrolysis in the absence of oxygen, and in the absence of oxygen we are generally supplying to the nitrogen gas. So nitrogen gas, gasification, various gases are coming out. I am coming details in the next slide. And carbonization, the black carbon is developed. That black carbon, it can be used for multiple purposes, that will coming in later stage. And heat is generated. That heat can be used for the other purposes, especially for the industries where the heating process is taking place for the productions of the chemicals or productions of the any productions that it can be done. And photocatalyst also, it can be developed from the whatever the carbon is developed, it can be acts as the absorber for the pollution control equipments or water pollution control equipments or something else. Next slide, please. This is the actually line diagram for how plastic to diesel or pyrolysis process, sustainable emerging technology. This is only one technology is available, and this technology is very easy. There is no much problem in that. And in this case, through the feeding stock, we are feeding the plastic, and that is in a small size of plastic. After shading through that, and after that, we are passing through the nitrogen gas and pyrolysis. Plastic is passing to the pyrolysis reactor. And pyrolysis reactor, there is a cyclone is available. The pyrolysis, after pyrolysis, we are getting basically the two things. One is the heavy oils, and another is gas. So whatever in the burner, whatever the gas is coming out, that gas needs to be collected, and that gas collections and utilization of the particle gas, that is also a challenging task for us. And whatever the catalyst through is passing through, we are getting the heavy oils, and heavy oils basically nothing but is the combination of diesel and petrol. And we know that in the heavy oils, petrol is lighter than the diesel, and that depends how much you can purify the heavy oils. You are not purifying the heavy oils, then it will be formed in the heavy metal diesel form, and diesel can be used for heavy vehicles or generator for electricity generation and that. And if we want to refine in multiple sectors, then ultimately we may get to the petrol. But it is not desirable to get the petrol from the heavy oils, because that petrol, whatever we are getting, it is such a cost effective. It is not the cost effective. Huge cost is required, and for ultimately it is not so provide the circular economy. So whatever, of course, we can find the petrol from the pyrolysis of the plastic, but we are not adopting at these stages in India. We are generally finding out the heavy oils in the form of diesel, and that diesel we are using for the basically three purposes. One is the generation of electricity. Second is the for boating and where recreation place boating, and third for the other miscellaneous small purposes, which are boilers, as well as the some instruments are running to the in the requires to be run in the industries. So diesel is not up to the mark sometimes, and it is also maybe used for the vehicles. So pyrolysis process, we can find out up to 80% of oil, 15% of gas, and 5% of the black carbon or slag material. So ultimately, bottom ash or bottom carbon concentration is very less, and pyrolysis oil is used for the power plant. For that, I have already informed. Electricity, after refining it, may be used for the heavy metal. Gas is used for the reactor heating purpose and other miscellaneous purposes. That gas also contains the hydrogen, and you know now it is a challenging stuff for hydrogen vehicles, hydrogen driving vehicles. So from the mixture of the gases, that segregation of the hydrogen, because hydrogen is a very light, it is only have the one molecule. So that hydrogen segregation also is a challenging task to segregate from the mixture of the gases. But if we can do, it can be used for the hydrogen driving vehicles. And solid waste charge is used for the road construction as well, and it has already started in India. Next slide, please.
Ma'am, please wrap the presentation in less than 10 minutes. We have other speakers also.
Oh, so okay, ma'am. Then I'm shorting here. So the plastic to diesel from the pyrolysis, some advantage and disadvantages. Their advantage is that reduce water pollution, land pollution, or contamination as well. But land requirement is also there. But disadvantage is regarding the manpower, and initially the cost is very high to run the industry, and biochar production has the negative impact on human health as well as the environment if it is not properly handled. Next slide, please. Now that what are the negative impacts? And negative impacts in the environment, it can be death of the marine elements if it is disposed to the marine. along soil microbial consortium, it can be destroyed, and accumulation in the food chain also there, and broadly it may have the negative impact like water acidification, human toxicity, global warming, as well as the soil contamination. And for running the pyrolysis process, there are lots of gases are coming out, right from the particulate matters to carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, methane, hydrogen, volatile organic carbon, polyaromatic hydrocarbon, dioxin and furans, as well as the polychlorinated biphenyls, and all the gases have the very negative impacts on the human health. It can be reduce the impaired the immune function, cancer, diarrhea, birth defect, diabetes, genetic defects, and so many obesity, skin diseases, and so many problems can be associated with the fossil-based plastics recycling processes. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. If we come for the plastic waste management rule for the day, ma'am, earlier slide, please. If we're coming from the plastic waste management route, that management route it started from the 1998, and finally it is abatement up to February 2022, and there are a lot of amending situation in day by day, because amendment is also coming, even rules is also changed, and draft report prepared. Last amendment is coming February 2022. This is the second amendment, where first amendment was come in 2028. 2018, sorry, ma'am. Next slide, please. The plastic waste management rule, what are the amendments is coming? It has started from management on handled rules in 2011, then it has come from 2016, then plastic waste management amendment rule 1 is come to 2018, then 2021. In this case, there are slowly we are being more stringent for the solid plastic waste management rules, and in this case the final is that the single-use plastic is already banned in India. Nobody can use the single plastic, because single plastic cannot be recyclable, and it creates the plastic pollution and the pollution for the landfill site. And plastic carry bags thickness should be not less than 15 microns. It can be within the range of 50 microns to 120 microns, that effective from the 31st December 2022. As single-use plastic, whatever the already generated, that should be managed by that is managed by the EPR. EPR may extended responsibility, extended personal responsibility, or PO, producer, importer, and brand owner. Next slide, please. And that if we continue further, that laws for the 2022 part 1 and part 2, we find that the single-use plastic is banned from 1st July 2022, and that if you want to reuse the or recycling the plastic, then it is required to take the permission from the Central Pollution Control Board or State Pollution Control Board, and it has to be registered in the centralized portal as well, so that otherwise it cannot be done for the recycling and reuse of the plastics. That is, the amendment has come in 2022 part 1 and part 2 as well. And we are getting basically 4 types of plastic. One can be rigid plastic, another is the flexible plastic, third is the multi-layer plastic packaging, and sheets made from the compostable plastic. Now the government of India is trying to find out the cellular plastic, which is biodegradable, but the cellular plastic production is very high, until there's not so technology has developed in that fashion, so that it can be done very easily as well till date. Next slide, please. Now we are trying to find out what about the plastic waste management, whatever the steps is taken by the government of India for the recycling and reuse of the plastics. And initially we found the case study, the plastic used for road construction in Bangalore. It is already developed, and that is done after doing the pyrolysis. Whatever the bottom ash or black carbon is developed, it is mixing with the slag, and after mixing with the slag, it is coated with the bitumen, and ultimately that mix has a plastic aggregated bitumen. It may be renamed as plastic aggregated bitumen, and it can be used for the roast construction at the temperature of 110 to 120 degrees centigrade. So initially it is required to do all the process, the step-wise process like segregation, storage, cleaning, drying, shading, etc. But bottommost, whatever the ash is there, it is basically black carbon. It is mixing with the slag, and even when that plastic is mixed with the slag, then it reduces the void of that particular mixing. So it reduces the porosity of the road, and ultimately it reduces it increases, I think not reducing, it increases the strength of the roads, and porosity is less, so strength of the road, durability of the roads is also come up after using the black carbon plastics which mixing with the slag, which is coming from the cement industry. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. That is another use of plastic, that is in textile sector. Whatever the bottles is there, it is baling. Baling means it is crushing, and ultimately after that it is sorting, and sorting, then washing, then spinning and drawing. Ultimately we are getting the polyester. That polyester is from polyester we are preparing the filaments, and that filaments we are using for the weaving, tailoring, as well as the which is coming as a domestic product for us. So we are using the polystyrene clothes, and it is nowadays it has started from the preparation of the used plastic bottles. That is basically from the PET bottle, which is that symbol is 1. Second, next slide, please, ma'am. And third is the for liquid RDHAB that I have already informed in the first. This is nothing but it is a pyrolysis process. In this process, we are getting the carbon charge, diesel, kerosene, and gasoline, whatever you want to find out. But accordingly, we have to use the series of gas cover so that we can segregate what type of heavy oils we are getting and what can be the source. Source is same, of course, source is same, but in what application we can be used for that. And this process is planning to start in Goa, but till now it is not started yet. It is yet to be started, and it is coming Swachh Bharat Mission 2019, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. It has not started yet, but it is planning to start very soon. Next slide, please. Now utilization of plastic also for the plastic blocks. Now plastic blocks are coming, such a plastics are blocks coming, and it is anti-slippery recyclable plastic, and these plastic blocks can be used in the footpath. Sometimes these plastic used in the use for the low carb areas, even for the home decoration purpose, to small boundary walls. That plastic plastic that blocks can be used, and it has low porosity, so that it will reduce the porosity of the particular wall, and it can be easily recyclable also. And it is that process is already started in Bengaluru NGO that is going on very successfully. So ultimately, we have three technology which has already flourishly working, and it has a circular economy. First is for that preparation of blocks. Second is that for the road construction, and third is for the textile preparation of textile or polyester growth, and fourth one we are trying our best to find out the various types of heavy fuels. That plant is not set Goa at present, but it will be in future, very near future, it will be start for the preparation of heavy fuels. Next slide, please. Now, what are the integration for the management of plastic waste? Integration is starts from the storage and collection, then transportation, then waste treatment, recycling, and ultimately land disposal or waste to energy. Waste to energy is very requires skilled manpower as well as the initial capital cost is very high. So these are the of course there are 3-4 technologies are available in India and it has already started also, but due to intricacies all these things, especially related to the money, it is very difficult to handle. Next slide please. Next slide. Now, what are the hierarchy needs to be adopted for the plastic waste management? Initially, it is required for the prevention. If it is not required, it is not used. Better not to use that. The prevention is very much in the, then it is not unavoidable. It has to be used. Then better to use for the minimization. If whatever the waste is generated, it for the reuse. Then reuse after use, it is needs for the recycling and energy recovery after for the additional emerging technology, and finally is the disposal. So disposal is the last option, but for our case, we generally prefer for the disposal as compared to the prevention. So we have to move from upward to downward direction, not from the downward to upward direction. This should be the hierarchy which needs to be adopted for the plastic waste management. Next slide, please. Now, there is a challenges. Always, if you see the internet, you will find the say no to plastic, say no to plastic. But I have the request that may not be possible due to rapid urbanization, commercialization, and industrialization. Plastic has a wide application in for its durability, light in weight, and easy to handle quality, and it has used in all the sectors. To say no to plastic, it may not be possible, but the uses of the plastic may be reduced after using the alternative uses of plastic to some extent for the domestic products and other products also, like that crockery part, that wooden spoons and all the wooden crockeries and all the steel bottles and the carry bags and etc. So we may reduce on that. Say no to plastic is very easy to say, but implementation in India as well as the global scale also, it is very difficult. So it is for that reason, it is a responsibility for each and every citizen that we have to protect the environment. We have to say plastic free environment, but plastic free environment saying it is not be possible. We have to take the pledge for today that we'll try our best to minimum utilization of the plastic, so that whatever the major sectors is there, like biomedical sector, textile sector, where circular economy is large scale, it is involved. In this case, it is there is no other options. But the small scales, if we try our best to minimize the utilization of the plastic, then plastic waste generation will be reduced, and accordingly for handling of the small plastic waste may be possible to handle it very efficiently, and as well as we can maintain the settlement of it. Next slide, please. So today it is the World Environment Day 2025. That is the ending plastic pollution globally. And that slogan was in the 2023 also, when that amendment came that single-use plastic would be banned. So we have to take place today to save our environment from everywhere, not from the plastic pollution, but it has to be from the water pollution, air pollution, plastic pollution, land pollution, and as well. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you to all. If you have any question, you may ask me.
Yes, thank you, ma'am, for your thought-provoking presentation. If any participant has questions, they can post questions in the chat box. We will discuss the questions after the session. Now, we move to our next keynote speaker, Dr. Ravinder Singh, Senior Consultant at NIDM. He holds a PhD in Disaster Management from Lucknow University and brings over 12 years of experience in disaster risk reduction and climate resilience. Dr. Singh has worked extensively across disciplines including environmental management, geomorphology, remote sensing and GIS, vulnerability and risk analysis. He has also worked as a senior policy specialist with the G20 India presidency. With that, I warmly invite Dr. Ravinder Singh to deliver his keynote address focusing on solid waste management and government initiatives towards sustainability. Please, sir.
So thank you, Dr. Ramandi. So are you able to see my slides?
So we can see the slides.
Okay, thank you. So thanks for. So I am presenting the topic on solid waste management and mission life in India. So what is the scenario of solid waste management? I will just provide you the glimpse of this presentation. And also I will just mention briefly about the what is mission life objectives. Next slide. So I will give you the concern why we are concerning about the solid waste management, because our daily lives are affected by the solid waste management, and this waste is increasing day by day, and it is impacting our health and environment related issues, which is very pathetic situation for not for us but for also for our future generation. Therefore, it becomes vital to think about sustainable way to disposal of waste management. You can see in this glimpse what is the scenario in the dump field site, and how this public health is also affected by this kind of waste disposal. Next slide. So sustainable waste management, what is the sustainable waste management? It is defined as using a resources in such a way that the activities of the present generation do not create a bleaker future or any threat for the future generation. So this can be achieved only by the efficient utilization of resources and thereby reducing the waste generation. So here you can see the two type of compost means the dustbin, where the green dustbin is for the organic disposal of organic waste, where you can prepare the manures and other dustbin which is defined by the color of different color, blue or red. So it can be utilized for the recycling waste or others thing. So this kind of waste segregation should be from the household, as Madam Papia also mentioned about this thing. So we have to change our behavior of solid waste disposal from the house itself. Then we can achieve something in the solid waste management. And Madam also mentioned about the 60% of our waste is solid waste and only 40% of waste is plastic waste. So solid waste disposal is very important to be disposed in a segregated manner. So 4 Rs of the waste management, I only have this information, but Dr. Ashutosh has updated by the 6R, which is launched by the Government of India. So first R is reduce, then reuse, recycle and recover, and then refurbish and the remanufacture. So Ashutosh ji also provides 6R for waste management. So I will just showing you the glimpse of this R's. So introduction to the solid waste management rules 2016. I will just give you the glimpse because Madam Papia already reduced my burden of solid waste management rules. She also mentioned about the amendment till 2020. So earlier in 2016, this notification was issued by the nodal agency, Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change, which is nodal agency for environmental pollution and any kind of pollution. These rules are applies to the urban local bodies, SEZ, railways, airport, pilgrimage site, and any other urban sites. These rules are very much applicable. And here we can see the waste segregation and generation responsibility are given to different sectors, and there is a mandatory segregation in the form of biodegradable and non-biodegradable and hazardous waste material. Sanitary waste to be wrapped and disposed as a dry waste. Prohibition of open burning and littering. Organizers of the event, more than 100 people responsible for the waste management. So these are the rules and the bylaws given in the notification itself by the ministry. And they also mention in these rules key stakeholder and their duties, like the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change are the nodal agencies to oversight and the implementation of these kind of policies at the ground level. And Ministry of Urban and Rural Affairs and Development is the policy formulation and providing financial aid for the waste disposal. Then state government to framing the policies and the stakeholder integration, and the district collector is very much important from the grassroots level to to allocate the land fill sites and the project monitoring for the safe disposal and the segregation of the waste, and the this kind of activities to be monitored from the state itself by the district collectors. So role of local authorities. Local authorities are developing their solid waste management plan, enforcing segregation, arranging door-to-door waste collection, establishing material recovery facilities like vans and vehicles and the machineries, then conduct awareness and reporting activities. Infrastructure and the facility guideline, mandatory buffer zones around the waste facilities, promote composting, biomethanation, RDF and incineration, encourage decentralization of waste processing, scientific design of the sanitary landfills. And the pollution control measures, main authorities in this field are the Central Pollution Control Board at the central level and the State Pollution Control Board at the state level to enforce these kind of rules and the regulation and their compliance at the site. Then regular monitoring of the air and water and the leachate. Leachate are the liquid form of solid waste when the solid waste are mixing with the water component, and the leaching of this water dissolved suspended material into the ground is called as leachate. Then authorization and enforcement of the standard are to be by these pollution control boards. Waste to energy and compost use. In these regulations, they also mention about high calorific value waste generation and the energy production from this waste, as Madam Papia already mentioned about production of the diesel and the coal tar for the road construction from this kind of waste generation and the production of the energy. Then promotion of compost to replace chemical fertilizer, which is the organic manure and the composting. Tarific setting for the waste to energy by the Ministry of Power also mentioned their important points in these regulations. An important task is also given in this regulation, like site identification, segregation and transport, processing facility setup, dumping site remediation. So these are only the glimpse of this regulation. You can go through the this regulation in detail by from you after downloading these regulations notification. Now I am focusing on the mission life, which is very important mission, which is announced by our Honorable Prime Minister in Glasgow 2021 in the UNFCCC conference in the COP26. So this word life, which means lifestyle for environment, this is the India-led global mass movement to nurture the individual and the community action to protect and preserve the environment. And India is the first country to include life in its nationally determined contribution, which we are submitting to the COP summits and other summits, that we are very committed to this mission life, and India will put forward and propagate a healthy, sustainable way of living based on its traditional values and conservation, modernization, and including through the mass movement for the life as a key for combating climate change impact. As everybody knows that our glaciers are melting, our rivers are depleting from the water during the lean period season, and the monsoon are very we can say the frequently changing their pattern. So these kind of climate change are there. So we can minimize the impact of this climate change by adopting mission life goals, and we have to focus on the 7 themes of the mission life: reduce waste, reduce e-waste, adopt healthy lifestyle, adopt sustainable food system, say no to single-use plastic, save water, save energy. So when we are going to buy any vegetable or any product from the market, we have to reduce the plastic use by using any jute bags or any cloth made up of bags for to carry with us. So these kind of lifestyle changes will reduce our production and the generation of the plastics. And why mission life? 800 millions to the 3 billion people are at a risk for the water scarcity, because there is a alarming global warming of the 2 degrees Celsius. First, we have to think about the limiting our global warming by the 1 degree, but now we are sure that we will cross this 2 degrees Celsius in the near future. So we have to focus on our activity, how to reduce this global warming by our small initiatives. Global GDP loss up to 18% by the 2050 without climate action. If we are not taking any climate action, we will lose our 80% of the GDP. Then individual behavior change can reduce the emission of up to 20%, which is mentioned by the United Nations Environment Program, which is the very much important body for climate change study and the environmental impact of different calamities. Then shift from throwaway culture to circular economy can save 14 lakhs crores by 2030. So Government of India is very committed. We are going to reduce the renewable energy sources dependent vehicles. By 2017, Government of India is mentioning about to reduce the renewable energy run petrol and diesel vehicle by the electric vehicles. India strengthen in behavioral changes, as we mentioned, and we also having this kind of mission like Swachh Bharat mission, Ujjwala Yojana, and the Swachh Sagar, Surakshit Sagar. These kind of activities the Government of India are. So these initiatives are very much showcasing our behavioral change in the Indian terrain, and what is our Government of India is very committed towards these kind of challenges. So mission life framework: change in demand, individual action to be changed, then change in supply, market and industry response to be changed, then change in the policy making for the long-term structural shift. So here you can see in this glimpse these 3 type of change in the demand, supply and policy. Then mission life 2020 and 28 years of goal. This is till 2028 our goals are: mobilize 1 billion global citizen, make 80% of the villages and the urban local bodies environment friendly and the nature-based solutions to be adopted. Key action across the 7 categories: energy, water, plastic, waste, and the food and the lifestyle and the e-waste. So these different 7 categories of action to be taken for reducing our climate change impacts. Then life actions like use of LED bulbs, public transport, rainwater harvesting, carrying cloth bags, use of biodegradable products, composting and waste segregation, plant-based food and organic products. Then impact of mission life is like in the report they have mentioned about the cloth bags will save 375 million tons of solid waste. Tap off means the offing our tap water wastage of our water from the tap save our 9 trillions of the liter of water. Ideal engine off save 22.5 billions of kilowatt of energy. E-waste recycling 0.75 tons of will be recovered from the e-waste recycling. Then composting of 15 billion tons of the food waste will be saved by composting and the generation of the manure. Then this mission life is also focusing on and supporting the SDG goals. SDG goal of goal number 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, which is the sustainable cities and communities is the goal 11. Responsible production and consumption is the goal 12, and the climate change is the goal 13. Life on land is the goal 14, and the life under the water is the goal 15. This mission life is supporting the SDG goals are very much, and it is also linking the goal 8, which is the decent work and the economic growth, and it is producing the green jobs. Green jobs means that we have to focus on the nature-based solution and the economical solution kind of jobs in the industrial level, at policy level. These kind of green jobs are increasing nowadays. So challenges and the way forward from these overall discussion are these. People are careless. These are the challenge. But the way forward for these are need of behavioral change with regulations, enforcement, by the authorities, by the urban local bodies and the central water pollution control boards, and public awareness is very much required. If we are conscious about the plastic waste but we are not taking any action, it will not generate any kind of solution at the ground level. So we have to be conscious, and our public should be aware about this kind of information about how to not to use the plastics, single-use plastic, and how to reduce the use of plastic in our life. So lack of professionals to handle the waste management is the challenge. The solution for this is the integrate informal waste worker through the proper training and their hand-holding by the authorities at the ground level. And inefficient waste collection and the transportation is the challenge, but the solution for this is promote decentralized system and technological solution for the proper and the sustainable waste collection and the disposal. Inadequate budget is the challenge, but strengthened by the institutional monitoring and funding by the local authorities, by the CSR fund from the industries and the private actors is the very much important in this sector to finance this kind of activity from their CSR fund at the ground level. For the government of India is also funding, and the cities like Indore is one of the cleanest city which is got the clean award 2 times, and when we are focusing on the smart city, these kind of activities of reducing waste should also be focused and should also be catered in our future policy and the guidelines. So thanks to all. I am finishing my presentation with this words that Prakriti Rakshita, Rakshati Rakshita, that those who will protect the nature, nature will protect them. So this is the very important glimpse from the Chipko Andolan, which is followed by the Apiko Andolan in the southern India. So this is the community level led initiative. This type of community led initiatives is very much required for reducing plastic waste at the ground level. So thanks to all for patient listening. If any question, please post in our chat box. We will take one by one. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for shedding light on policies for sustainability. So now I am delighted to invite our next speaker, Dr. Rajiv Pratap Singh, Associate Professor at the Institute of Environment and Sustainable Development, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. Dr. Singh brings with him a rich background in environmental science with over a decade of teaching and research experience in sustainable agriculture, waste management, soil ecology, and pollution remediation. His global collaborations and editorial contributions have made him a thought leader in eco-restoration, biofertilizer development, and solid waste valorization. Dr. Singh's experience with practical solutions make his presence at our event valuable for inspiring researchers and policymakers alike. Sir, please, stage is yours.
दिख रहा है slide?
Yes,
My
yes,
slides are
sir.
Is it visible?
Slides are visible.
Please make it in slideshow mode.
slideshow मोड में है, मैंने किया है, फुल स्क्रीन मैंने किया है.
Sir, it is not displaying the full screen.
अब?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Amity University, Upasana Madam, and NIDM to giving me this opportunity. I am going to deliver the lecture on plastic pollution, challenges, threats, and opportunities. This slide shows about something about solid waste management in India. Urbanization is increasing day by day, so the waste quantity also increasing. Urban population is increasing at the rate of 2 to 2.5% per annum. As far as per capita solid waste generation range is from 0.17 to 0.62 kg per day, with an annual increase of about 1.33%. Presently, India produces about 62 million tons of municipal solid waste annually, which is likely to reach 165 metric ton by 2030 and 450 metric ton by 2045, whereas collection efficiency ranges from 50 to 90% of solid waste. As far as the solid waste is concerned, 80 to 90% of MSW of the developing countries is disposed of in landfill without proper management practices and overburning, which is leading to air pollution, water pollution, and soil pollution as well. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड हो गई उपासना मैडम नेक्स्ट स्लाइड आ रही है ना
Slides are not moving, sir. Slides are not moving, sir.
वही मैं पूछ रहा था यहाँ तो मूव कर रही है
Yes, sir, it's moving now.
जाइए this slide shows the comparison between municipal solid waste composition in Varanasi as well as in India. You can see that the 27.64% of the waste is the plastic from the Varanasi, and 27.6% is very high quantity. India generates approximately 9.4 million tons per annum plastic waste, which amount to 26,000 tons of waste per day. As per United Nations Environment Program, world produces around 300 million tons of plastic waste. Only 9% of generated plastic waste is recycled. Around 14% waste is collected for recycling, while rest reaches the ocean annually. Single-use plastic products contribute about 50% of their plastic waste and end their journey in landfill site or in marine environment. Burning plastic is very common. Burning plastic is a significant environment and health hazard, releasing harmful chemicals in the air and contributing to climate change. These chemicals can cause respiratory problems, cancer, and other health issues. Mostly plastic waste is recyclable, but recycling process are more harmful to the environment as this contains additive and color also. The recycling of virgin plastic material can be done only 2 to 3 times because after every recycling, the plastic materials deteriorates due to thermal pressure and its lifespan is reduced. Hence, recycling is not a safe and permanent solution for waste disposal. As far as plastic is concerned, earlier पहले के वक्ता लोगों ने काफी कुछ प्लास्टिक के बारे में कहा है, so I'm not going much in deep. The plastic can be categorized on the basis of strength, chemical resistance, recyclability, temperature tolerance. The main category of plastic include either recyclable plastic, that is thermoplastic, or non-recyclable plastic, that is thermoset and others. There are 3 different types of plastic which has given their number from 1 to 7, and you can see that different type of plastics are used in different purposes.
Sir, your slides are not moving. Sir. Yes, sir.
Ramandeep, can you share the slides? If
आपके पास स्लाइड है, आप अगर शेयर कर दें आपके एंड पे तो मैं तो मूव कर रहा हूं
Sir, you may stop sharing the presentation. We are sharing from our end.
हो गया
Sir, please tell us which slide number are you at?
एक मिनट बता रहा हूँ मैं. ये है स्लाइड नंबर 7. 7. नेक्स्ट. इसके बाद ठीक है.
Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
हमें नहीं दिख रहा है, मगर प्रॉब्लम ये है. रुकिए मैं कर ले रहा हूँ.
चल रहा है. Sir, we are able to our slide. Please
जी.
continue, and if there is
Sir, you
any
can
issue, we can
continue.
open in your
We are
system.
displaying the slides.
ठीक.
Okay, sir.
These are some of the facts of plastic pollution. You can see that we are contributing enormous quantity of plastics, and the day by day as the waste is increasing, the plastic is production is increasing. 13 million tons of plastic end up into the ocean each year. 1 million plastic bottles are purchased every minute around the world. Next. These are the stories published in several newspapers. You can see the plastic has reached the Antarctica. Also, even in Kerala, one elephant died due to the plastic. There was a story of whales where 40 kg of plastic was found in its belly. Next. This is a story of India, of the Mysuru, where stray cattle in the Chamar Rajanagar suffered due to the plastic waste. It is not a story of Mysuru, but you can find this problem all over the India and some of the developing countries. Next. This is the real story where you can see the people are disposing, praying at home, washing at home, and the leftover after worship they are pouring in the river, nearby river or ponds. You can see the people are burning and thinking that they will get rid of that waste, and the boy is playing with that. You can see the transportation of the solid waste from the city area and dumping ground nearby the water body. Next. This picture is also very common. One cow is feeding on the waste dumping, open dumping. This is story of is next. Take a minute. This story is about the plastic waste in India, where you can see that plastic waste generation is increasing. In 2015-16, it was 15.9, and 2020-21, it is 41.2 lakh ton per annum. 50% of plastic waste remain unutilized. Total plastic waste co-processed in cement kiln is 1.7. As far as using plastic waste, it can be making pellets, chips for use in the road construction and some other process. End of life plastic through processing in cement kiln energy plants can be used. Next. Next कर दिए. India's plastic uses may rise 4 times by 2050 if the present trend continues. And you can, as far as the ministers of plastic waste in India is concerned, the red shows the mismanagement plastic, yellow shows the landfill, the blue portion shows the waste getting direct bond, and the green portion shows the recycling part of the waste. And the curve is increasing day by day. Next. This slide shows the story of plastic problem. The plastic consumption is is increasing in India. In 2016-17, it was 13.7 million ton, and in 2019-22, it is 19.8. Whereas the plastic waste generation in India is concerned, it was 1.6 in 2016-17, whereas in 2019-20 it was 3.9 million tons. Next. As far as the threat of plastic waste in India is concerned, the red sign shows in the graph is consumption, pink shows the waste, and yellow shows the leakage to the organic environment. And everything is increasing as the year is passing by. As far as the Delhi is concerned, the plastic waste generation is 25,940 tons per day. Uncollected plastic waste is 10,376 tons per day, whereas the 60% of the total, which is 15,564 tons per day, plastic waste is collected. Whereas the top 10 cities is concerned, it is Delhi, followed by Chennai, Kolkata, Mumbai, Bangalore, and the least is Pune. The plastic waste generation in 60 major cities of India is 4,059 ton per day. Next, this slide shows the global scenario of the plastic waste. If you see the slide, the 13 million tons of the plastic waste reach into the ocean each year. 17 million barrels of the oil used on plastic production each year. 90% of the bottled water found to contain plastic particles. 83% of tap water found to contain plastic particles. 50% of the consumer plastic are single use, and 10% of the all human generated waste is plastic. So you can see that how much plastic we are dependent on the plastic. Next. As far as the plastic is concerned, it is versatile in nature, and versatile material harm the human health. Plastic may leach chemical while heating food in taken away container or serving it in hot plastic. Nowadays, some people bring the tea in the plastic bag. It is very common. Plastic may leach chemical while storing warm leftover or using styrofoam cup to drink hot coffee. Eating food directly from the plastic container can lead to hormonal imbalance in both adolescent males and females, and can even lead to health issues like polycystic ovarian disease, etc. As far as precaution is concerned, before drinking water, transfer into the glass bottle or stainless steel or copper vessel. Store food in stainless steel or glass containers. Mother should stop feeding baby in plastic bottles. Glass bottle is best to avoid unwanted plastic exposure. Stop using fancy plastic tiffin boxes. Instead, use stainless steel one. Next. As far as the growing problem of the plastic is concerned, the state-wise plastic import is shown in this table. You can see the quantity of plastic imported the quantity of imported plastic flakes is 99,545 tons, whereas the top 5 states is concerned, it is Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu. The recycled PET flakes are used for automotive parts such as luggage racks, fuse boxes, bumpers, and door, etc. Next. This slide shows the top 10 pollutants rankings worldwide, and you can see that India is the topmost, producing 9.3 million metric tons annually. Next. If you talk about the environmental impact of plastic waste, this slide show, as per this slide, the air pollution is very frequent from the plastics because the fugitive emissions are released during the polymerization process. Manufacturing plastic emits harmful gases like carbon monoxide, formaldehyde, and volatile organic carbons. Burning plastic waste releases toxic emissions such as carbon monoxide, chlorine, hydrochloric acid, fluorines, etc. Plastic waste also result in soil and water contamination. Indiscriminate plastic waste disposal make land infertile. Toxic materials and cadmium, toxic materials such as lead and cadmium reach into the groundwater due to improper dumping of plastic waste. Next, this slide shows the schematic diagram depicting various sources of plastic particles deposition onto the soil. So it can be deposited from the water also, and from the agricultural practices, as well as the sewer sludge. Improper sterilization process where inadequate disposal or sterilization of the plastic waste is done. Plastic litter is responsible for that. Airborne plastic deposition also result in the contamination of the soil. And also the marine debris, plastic debris can be washed ashore and deposit in the coastal area. You can, if you remember, in 2022 there was a cyclone Taute, and the story of the leftover bringing back from the ocean due to tsunami, the shore of the Port Kochi and as well as Chennai was all full of the plastics. Next. We are discussing about the plastic pollution, but now the condition is that the world is exploring the distribution, accumulation, and ecological consequences of microplastic and as well as nanoplastic. So you can assume that now, after many years of the using the plastic, where we have reached, and the macroplastic as well as the nanoplastic has been reported in the human blood also, in the brain cell also, in the milk also. So the plastic is contaminated each and every part of our life. Next. This slide shows very well the plastic waste production as well as its harmful effect on the environment and human health. You can see that that it is affecting our own life very much. And therefore the time has come to think about the while using the plastic, especially the polythene. Next.
Sir,
Next कर दीजिए।
sorry, we are running short on time. Can you
मैं
conclude it
आपको
in 5
बताइए, मैं
minutes?
शॉर्ट कर दूंगा,
जी
कोई
सर।
बात नहीं।
जी सर।
इसीलिए मैं पूरा बोल भी नहीं रहा हूँ, मैं कम से कम बोल रहा हूँ जितना बोल सकता हूँ। Challenges in this slide shows the challenges in plastic waste disposal. It is air and water pollution, soil and water contamination. Next. Challenges. The high volume of plastic waste is very much big challenges. Low recycling rate is also a challengeable aspect. Environmental pollution is a big challenge. Need for comprehensive strategy is desired. As far as the disposal and recycling challenges is concerned, multi-layered and metallized plastic pouches are difficult to recycle and dispose. This thin plastic carry bags and packaging films create collection and recycling difficulties. Next. This slide shows the plastic recycling chain in India, where you can see the comparison between the developed and developing countries towards the plastic waste management. Next. As far as the plastic waste management is concerned, first the segregation and collection of the waste is very much important. and it is very challengeable task. Next. This earlier there was 3 hours, thereafter the 4 and 5, and now it is a 7 hours model of plastic waste management. First is recycle, second is repair, third is replace, fourth is reduce, then reuse, rethink before using it, and if all the 6 hours are not met, try to refuse it. Next, this shows the fundamental plastic recycling techniques. Next, Kareem. These are the Sustainable Development Goals related to plastic waste management: 3, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Next, 9 reasons to refuse single-use plastics. This shows. First, it is made from fossil fuel. It impact on footprints and thereon. Next, there are several complaints related to plastic or polybags. Some are these: say no to plastic bag, say no to plastic bottles, even the use of the plastic straw are banned in some of the countries, and we should also think in India also. Next, the plastic is used in the road construction nowadays. Next, this slide shows the positive aspects of the roads, like prevention of splitting and pothole formation, resistance to leaching, reduced bleeding in high temperature, mitigation of fly ash impact. Next, but there are some issues with these roads, like release of harmful emission during processing, the leaching of microplastic in the environment with time and with the temperature difference is very important. Next, these are you can see in India there is a dissimilarity on the ban of single-use plastic in different states. Some has completely banned, some has partially banned, and some states like Mizoram and Jammu Kashmir there is no ban on plastic. Next, these are the timeline for the plastic waste management rule over the years and their salient feature given this slide. Next, I am talking only salient feature of the plastic waste management rules, where the most important factor was the extended producer responsibility, in which producers, importers, and brand owners and EPR shall be applicable to both pre-consumer and post-consumer plastic packaging waste. Increase the thickness of the plastic carry bags from 40 microns to 50 microns. Next, in 2018, phasing out the multi-layer plastic was the main aspect. The centralized registration system will be evolved by the CPCB for the registration of the producer, importer, or brand owner was also the main aspect of this rule. Next, if you talk about the plastic waste management rule 2021, plastic packaging was not covered by the phase out single-use plastic items. It will be collected and managed in an environmental sustainable way through EPR responsibility. Increase in the thickness of plastic carry bags was also undertaken by this rule. Next, as far as the recommendation, first recommendation is strengthen plastic waste segregation at the source. Next is promote circular economy through a standard producer responsibility. Third is encourage eco-friendly packaging alternatives. Next, fourth is invest in advancing recycling technologies. Next, ban on non-recyclable and problematic plastic products. Utilize plastic waste in infrastructure development. Increase public awareness and behavioral change so that the use can be minimized. Next, strengthen local governance and infrastructure, incentive private sector participation in green startup, and the last, align policies with SDGs and integrate multi-stakeholder holder participation. Next. So thank you to having the patience for my lecture. And this is the beautiful quote where it is said by Robert Swan, the greatest threat to our planet is that belief that something will do the something. So in the waste management aspect, it is a collective effort and responsibility of every citizen to contribute it. Without that, only the government can play nothing or do nothing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting the interconnected risk of plastic waste. Now the floor is open for discussion and question answer session. If anyone has any question, please ask.
So one more thing. So from the today's deliberation, we are summing up that few common points are there from all the speaker, that rules and regulations are there, but enforcement are not in the ground, and there are need of awareness generation and capacity building at the ground level from the community, from the segregator and the rag pickers also. So their capacity building is also required, and also financial resources in this waste disposal is also required. So there is many initiative from the government of India's at the global level also, but their need of community level led initiative, as I already mentioned. So all the speakers said very nicely. So thanks to all. Now floor is open for question. Upasana madam, if you want to ask
Yes,
some question.
yes, sir. Sir, I want to ask Ravinder sir one question from you, that what are the major obstacle in enforcing the plastic waste management laws in India?
Yes, ma'am, because as we know that laws are there, regulations are there,
Yes, sir.
but implementation
Yes.
by the authorities and the adoption of
Because
those
sir,
regulations
Ravinder
by
sir,
the
I want to
yes.
set one example. One just now,
Yes,
Bada Mangal is going in Lucknow city. So
yes,
lot of plastics are being, they are doing some good work, but after that Bhandara and all, lot of plastic are all disposed of on
later.
the road.
Yeah,
है
yeah,
ना?
got it,
So littering
got
is
it.
there, so that is very hazardous.
Yeah,
So
that's
because
why
of,
I'm
I think
saying, no,
so the
ma'am. That's why our Prime Minister of India launched a Mission Life to change the lifestyle
yes
of
sir,
peoples. So if we are
yes
changing
sir,
our own lifestyle and people can gather their own littered garbage, plastics,
yes,
so then
yes sir,
our city and our neighborhood will be clean. But the
yes,
major obstacle, as I mentioned, ma'am, from my past experience, that when I'm doing PhD in Nainital Hill Town, there are very much waste disposal by the tourist. So
yes
tourist,
sir, lot
as
of,
Ashutosh sir also mentioned, that hill towns are affected by the garbage, litter and the plastic waste. So these tourists doesn't care about the hill ecosystem and the environment, which is very clean
sir,
and
they are
neat.
the learned person
So
also. They are,
yeah,
they,
yeah,
it
they
means
are
that
the
they have
learned
studied.
person. Even
Uh-huh.
they are conscious about this, but there is no any check and balance by the police
Yes, sir.
authorities, by the municipal department.
Yes.
That's why this is happening. But in one mission butterfly launched by the
Hmm.
Nainital municipal department and the authorities, and in which the NGOs also the partners, that time enforcement by the municipal department, and they are penalizing the tourist, those who are littering garbage. So
Yes, sir.
that time no tourist is able to throw any garbage. If they are throwing, they are charging 100 to 500 of
Fine.
punishment. Depend upon the consequence, depend upon the grievances of the litter they are throwing. So that time our lake cities were very clean. But when this mission butterfly was stopped, this the household people that time is segregating their organic manures and the recycling waste. But after the mission butterfly, when this was completed, there is no segregation, door to door activities, and the tourists are very careless nowadays in Hilltown. And Uttarakhand is very one of the state, one of the Professor Upreti, Prabhat Upreti was there. He's from the political background, political science background. He banned in the High Court of Nainital. So when he banned, then shopkeepers are not able to sell plastic. But last year when I'm visiting Nainital, they are selling some of the product in the single use plastic. They are
Yes.
saying this is allowed by the authorities. So this is
Yes, sir.
required the proper check and balance by the government machineries, authorities, and the municipal department, and conscious by the our own. If we are going to the market, we should carry some cloth bags so that use of plastic can sell by the given free of cost by these vegetable seller should also be stopped by the public itself. So I am, from my point of view, ma'am, I am refusing plastic from our vegetable seller. When any
Yes,
seller is giving me the plastic, even they are putting लौकी and the cabbage, वो
Yes,
गोभी
sir.
वगैरह भी आपको प्लास्टिक में दे देते हैं। मैं कहता हूँ ये तो कम से कम आप ऐसे ही हाथ पे पकड़ा सकते हैं ना, तो वो फिर थोड़ा सा स्टॉप होगा अगर जब लोग अपना कॉन्शियस होके उसको पूरा रोकेंगे अपने खुद से। और आपका कुछ और भी क्वेश्चंस था मैडम?
Sir, to Rajiv Pratap sir, I want to ask that why plastic recycling is not effective as it should be.
अब मैडम क्या कहते हैं, प्लास्टिक रिसाइकलिंग के कहीं ना कहीं मैंने जैसा बोला था कि आप क्या 2 या 3 स्टेज तक ही कर सकते हैं। और दूसरा,
Yes, sir.
प्लास्टिक रिसाइकलिंग प्रोसेस इज नॉट फुल प्रूफ, इट इज कॉजिंग एयर पोल्यूशन, हाई अनहाइजीनिक एटमॉस्फेयर, फ्यूम्स आर देयर। कहीं कहीं क्या कहते हैं, इंडस्ट्री में आप देखिएगा चाइल्ड लेबर भी यूज करते हैं लोग।
Sir, water pollution भी कर रहा है, कहीं कहीं reported
बिल्कुल
है that
बिल्कुल
recycling, हाँ, it is creating water pollution also.
बिल्कुल, क्योंकि जैसे जितने स्टेज पे आप रिसाइकिल करेंगे प्लास्टिक ब्रिटल हो जाती है, तो
Yes,
कहीं
sir.
ना कहीं वो लीच आउट होगी, माइक्रोप्लास्टिक को जन्म देगी। इसलिए प्लास्टिक रिसाइकलिंग इज नॉट ए अप्रोप्रिएट वे टू हैंडल दिस वेस्ट।
Okay.
कहीं
So,
ना
so
कहीं
what can you suggest? What should be done, sir?
एटलीस्ट
Waste management.
अवॉइडेंस, एटलीस्ट कम से कम अवॉइडेंस, क्या सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक का एटलीस्ट जो बैन लगाया गया है उसको सही
हाँ, हाँ,
रूप से लगाया माना जाए।
हाँ,
और प्लस
हाँ,
कहीं ना कहीं हमारा आपका रोल इससे बहुत बड़ा होता है।
हाँ.
मैंने
Yes,
सर के
sir.
मैं ही ऐड करूंगा रविंदर सर से, मैंने यहाँ तक लोगों को देखा है। आप
हाँ,
यू परचेज ब्रेड, इट
yeah.
इट ऑलरेडी प्लास्टिक में होती है, हैंडल होता है, तब पर भी लोग
हाँ,
दुकानदार से रजिस्ट करते हैं कि मुझे
हाँ.
दूध या ये सब चीजें प्लास्टिक में चाहिए। तो आप
Yes, sir.
फर्दर ऐड कर रही हैं प्लास्टिक में। और सोसाइटी में कहीं ना कहीं सरकार का अपना रोल है, हमारा अपना रोल है।
Yes, sir.
हर चीज सरकार नहीं कर सकती, हम भी। और सरकार वन वे अप्रोच बहुत दिन तक सस्टेनेबल नहीं होता, हमेशा
Yes,
टू
sir.
वे अप्रोच ही बेनिफिशियल होता है। तो कहीं कुछ सरकार करे कुछ हम करें तभी चीजें चल सकती है। वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट की बात है, वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट तब तक नहीं हो सकता सही से जब तक सेग्रीगेशन ना हो प्रॉपर, और सेग्रीगेशन में हमारा आपका रोल है।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. From the kitchen, from the home it starts.
बिल्कुल।
Yes, sir.
बहुत लोग ये भी
Sir,
नहीं जानते कि ये जो डस्टबिन होते हैं रेड ब्लू ग्रीन, उसमें किस में क्या डालना है।
कभी कभी मिक्स
Yes,
करके
sir.
भी डाल
Yes, sir.
देते हैं सर।
हाँ,
यस
हाँ.
वही मैं बोल रहा हूँ सर, लोग जानते नहीं कि रेड ब्लू ग्रीन में क्या डालना है, या लिखा होता है मगर कैजुअली डाल देते हैं।
हाँ, कैजुअली, या उनको पता नहीं है, अवेयर भी होते हैं फिर भी कॉन्शियस नहीं है वो लोग। थैंक यू सर।
या कुछ लोगों को ये होता है सर, ये भी कुछ सुनने को मिलता है चौकी तो, कि हमारे अकेले से क्या होगा।
अकेले से क्या
Yes,
होगा।
sir.
यस,
Yes, sir.
ये भी
Yes, sir.
बल्कि अकेले से ही धीरे धीरे मूवमेंट
Sir,
स्टार्ट होता है।
बूंद
there is
से
one saying that बूंद बूंद से सागर भरता है, तो वो
Right,
सर
right.
वो होना पड़ेगा, करना पड़ेगा। Each and
भाई
everybody has to do.
सर या मैडम के हम लोग अपने एटीट्यूड के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, ना कि दूसरे के लिए।
हाँ.
तो
Okay.
बोलने से पहले हम अपना एटीट्यूड तो सुधारें।
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So,
Papia
Dr.
ma'am, I
Rajiv,
want to ask one question. Papia ma'am.
ma'am, Upasna ma'am, Rajiv sir
Yes.
also want to say something. Can we give
Yeah,
the
yes,
floor?
yes. Welcome, Rajiv sir. Rajiv sir has joined. Sir is our Dean Student Welfare, and sir
Okay.
has guided us in organizing such a wonderful workshop.
एक चीज और ऐड करना चाहूंगा मैं, बस एक छोटी चीज है। जैसे हम
जरूर
लोग
सर।
मोस्टली इंस्टीट्यूशन से हैं, साइंटिफिक
Yes,
इंस्टीट्यूशन
sir.
से है, कोई क्या कहते हैं यूनिवर्सिटी से है, जैसे मैं यूनिवर्सिटी से हूँ। कॉन्फ्रेंस सेमिनार होती है,
Yes, sir.
उसमें जो बैनर है,
Yes, sir.
क्लासेस हैं, थोड़ा सा
Yes, sir.
क्या कहते तो, और उसके अल्टरनेटिव भी हैं। मगर हम चाहे जो भी रीजन हो, बहुत जगह आप देखते होंगे कि
Plastic
इसका
bottles और ये सब।
बहुत फ्रिक्वेंटली यूज हो रहा है।
सर हम
कहीं ना
लोगों ने
कहीं-
एमिटी में अब बैन कर दिया है, मतलब कि हम लोग
और
प्लास्टिक बॉटल नहीं यूज
दूसरे
करते
हैंड पे
हैं।
हम सोविनियर देते हैं, दूसरे हैंड पे हम सोविनियर देते हैं। तो मैंने बहुत जगह देखा है, हम लोग भी ये फॉलो कर रहे हैं कि
हाँ।
लोग प्लास्टिक की मतलब स्टील की बोतल देते हैं,
Yes,
डिस्पेंसर
sir.
आता है और लोग यूज
Yes,
करते
sir.
हैं, जिससे कि
Yes, sir.
एक छोटा सा रोल होता है मिनिमाइज करने के लिए।
और सर हम लोग प्लांट्स देते हैं, मतलब
बिल्कुल, प्लांट सैंपलिंग, आपको बुके की जगह प्लांट
Samplings
सैंपलिंग इज
होता है।
वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट।
हाँ।
ये
Yes, sir.
मैडम हमने
चलिए।
भी स्टार्ट कर दिया। इवन हमारे प्रीवियस ईडी थे, उन्होंने तो प्लास्टिक की बोतल से पानी, प्लास्टिक के
Sir,
गिफ्ट रैप भी
that's
सब
why
कुछ बंद कर दिया।
I'm telling you
यस राजीव
something.
सर, यस यस सर,
Sir,
प्लीज।
Rajiv sir, please. Yes, sir.
Sure. Just
Sir,
thank
you can
you
continue,
everyone.
sir.
Now just simply what we have recently to make our campus plastic free, and we all are working to do a lot of things. So now we want suggestion from the government side and the expert panel we have. Not this time, but definitely we'll be in touch. And we want your suggestion as well as your participation and the help from the government side. We have waste material with us on the campus, but not too much. Even then, we are working to make it at least plastic-free campus. So I think it will take some time, but definitely we'll do it. All are working. First thing. And the second thing, I'm just listing a few lectures. So I think why government has got a lot of laws for this. But now why you are not working on the source side? Why we are not stopping from this? If everybody is making plastic, the government should come. And even I think the public participation is required. Laws as they are, everything is there, then the government is not only responsible. We all are equally responsible for everything. I think we should come forward to suggest to stop from the source itself. It's my suggestion. And so many panelists and the esteemed members are here. I think we should definitely work on this.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you
And
for
Upasana
your
madam, she
warm.
has done a very good job.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Yes, madam is doing a very nice job, sir. Madam is associated for organizing this
Upasana
workshop.
ma'am, now I think we should work for plastic-free campus.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, sir, as you clearly mentioned that we have plans, policies, and acts, but the implementation is not there. So, some studies should be there. This is my suggestion. Some study from the academics point of view should be there. Why these policies and acts are not implementable at the ground? Even the enforcement of the laws by the court itself, NGT, National Green Tribunal is also there for raising this kind of issues time to time. So thank you, sir, for your warm regards. But we have one more questions from the Lakshmi Narayan Nagiseti. He is asking how this plastic waste management is aligned with the targets and indicators of SDG goals so that waste can be managed effectively, turning to eco-friendly environment with a quality and sustainability. Please share your experience and status. So Rajiv sir, can you share some light on this? Can you put some light on this question? How this plastic waste are management is aligned with the SDG targets and indicators?
हाँ, जैसा कि मैंने भी दिखाया था कि आपका कहीं ना कहीं प्रॉपर प्लास्टिक मैनेजमेंट से बोलिए सर,
राइट।
बोलिए सर।
राजीव सर कुछ बोल रहे? नहीं, आप कंटिन्यू कीजिए सर।
मैं बोल रहा था कि जैसे कहीं ना कहीं दो है राजीव, इसलिए कंफ्यूजन हो जा रहा है। हाँ, वही दो है इसलिए कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है।
डॉक्टर राजीव वर्मा सर, यस सर।
बोलिए आप
सर, यू वांट टू से, योर वॉइस इज ब्रेकिंग सर, प्लीज कंटिन्यू सर।
वर्मा सर बोलिए।
वर्मा सर।
I think Rajiv Pratap Singh is to speak.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, Pratap sir. Sir, your mic is muted.
Yes.
Yeah, now
I एक मिनट, 1 मिनट। ऑलरेडी मैंने कहते हैं SDG रिलेटेड टू प्लास्टिक वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट में बताया, जिसमें कि आपका 3 है गुड हेल्थ एंड वेलबींग, 6 है क्लीन वाटर एंड सैनिटेशन, 11th है सस्टेनेबल सिटीज एंड communities, 12th है responsible consumption and production, 13th is climate action, 14th is life under below water, 15th is life on land. अगर if ये कहीं ना कहीं हम मिनिमाइज करें वेस्ट को, सेग्रीगेशन प्रॉपर हो, तो कहीं ना कहीं ईच एंड एवरी कंपोनेंट ऑफ SDG विल बी मेट। बिकॉज अगर लीचिंग नहीं होगी, प्रॉपर मैनेजमेंट होगा, तो लाइफस्टाइल भी अच्छी होगी, सस्टेनेबल सिटीज भी मीट होंगे, कहीं ना कहीं लाइफ अंडर वाटर एज वेल एज on the land will be managed and we will be healthy.
Yes, sir. So as we also, sir, from my presentation, I mentioned about the mission life. In the mission life, SDG goals are also linked with these kind of things. The mission life is caring about the SDG goals and the generation of green jobs under the SDG goal 8. So these green jobs are now increasing in the private partners, in the think tanks, and also the government of India's policy making is also concerning about this kind of sector jobs, green jobs. So this is the coming up sector for the jobs and employment also. So SDG goals, I hope we clearly answered your question, Mr. Lakshmi. So thanks for asking this question. So if any other questions, Rahul Maurya is one of the student. He's saying how student from school join Mission Life. I think Rahul, you can search the website of Mission Life. There are so many things. Even the student are participating. They are sharing the slogans, paintings, competition. They are participating also. You can please see your concerned department, ministries. They are surely running some kind of activities. Even the school are focusing on no use of plastic kind of campaign during the school functions also. So I hope I answered your questions. So thanks to all speakers, and over to Ramandeep.
Sir, I want to add one thing. Ravinder sir, this Sikkim, I think everybody must be knowing that Sikkim is considered to be plastic free because of the using all the sustainable solutions they are
Yeah, they are
adopting.
using bamboo
Uh,
dustbin. Yeah,
तो
yes, sir.
3 चीजें
plastic
Banning on the
dustbin.
plastic bags.
Yeah.
दो 3 चीजें, एक
We
तो
can
ऑर्गेनिक
achieve
फार्मिंग
the
होती है वहाँ पे, 2-3 चीजें वहाँ
yes,
पे, एक
sir.
ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग होती है, पेस्टिसाइड बैन है,
Yes, sir.
नेचुरल प्लास्टिक आपका बैम्बू काफी यूज होता है, थर्ड जो वेस्ट कलेक्शन होता है, वेट और ड्राई
Yes,
वेस्ट,
sir.
अगर आप नहीं सेपरेट करेंगे नहीं लेगा, एंड यू
नहीं
विल
लेगा.
फाइन विल बी इम्पोज्ड। आप कैसे
Yes, sir.
फेंक नहीं सकते वैसे it is.
Yes, sir. So we can see in India only that we are having such a state. So every state can become no plastic, or sorry, plastic free state by adopting rules as Sikkim is adopting. So nothing is impossible. If the person
एक
want, he can do it.
एक क्वेश्चन और आया है अभी,
Ma'am, I want to add
Yes,
one
sir.
thing. It is not possible
Yes,
to
sir.
have the plastic free, because if you are using the ACs also, even fans also in your institute, that also made out of plastics. We want to
Yes,
ban
ma'am.
the plastics, which is we are using for day-to-day life for the food
Yes,
waste
sir.
and
Yes,
something.
ma'am. Yes,
If you
ma'am.
are
Yes,
doing
ma'am.
plastic free for any thing, don't think
That
for
is
the
not
state.
possible.
Don't
Yes,
think for
ma'am.
the states. If you think for the hospitals also, it is not problem. Biomedical, even medical
Lot
side.
of
If you want to purchase the homeopathic medicine, also bottle is coming in the in glass and
plastics.
cover is coming in plastic. So plastic
Yes.
free environment is never possible. But day to day basis, whatever the plastics we are using, that can be minimized. Plastic
Yes.
has
mainly single use plastic.
Single use
Rightly
plastic.
said,
because
ma'am.
it
There is
accumulates.
another
Yes.
question from participant Asharia. How can young people and aspiring environmentalists to be more meaningfully involved in plastic pollution reduction efforts beyond just awareness drives? How can we as youth create a greater impact?
Rajiv sir, can you say something?
Can
Or
I
Upasana?
answer?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am,
Can I?
please.
I think so. As our speakers have told, all the matlab, we have to all adopt the 7 R's, and you can choose the blocks as Ashutosh sir told that you have to individually blocks you have to select, and then you have to perform your duties there. For example, segregation is very important. So, sir Rajiv sir, any other suggestion?
हाँ, कहीं ना कहीं जो आपका युवा है उनमें एनर्जी होती है, कहीं ना कहीं रोल मॉडल बन सकते हैं। जैसे बनारस में जो छुट्टी होती है संडे होता है, कहीं ना कहीं घाट पे कैंपेन चलते हैं, लोगों को अवेयर कराया जाता है, क्लीनर्स ड्राइव होती है।
वॉलंटियर्स है सब।
डस्टबिन
हाँ,
होने
तो
चाहिए सर, डस्टबिन होने चाहिए प्रॉपर,
बिल्कुल
जो प्लास्टिक
लोगों
को
को
अलग से
कुछ
सेपरेट
नहीं
करें।
होता तो लोगों को टोकते हैं, वो टोकते हैं तो
यस
कहीं
सर।
ना कहीं मन में लोगों को जाता है उससे से, तो एक बार करेंगे, 2 बार करेंगे, तीसरी बार नहीं करेंगे। तो
हाँ
कहीं ना कहीं इस मामले में अपने घर में टोकते हैं बच्चे,
हाँ
तो कहीं ना
हाँ।
कहीं युवा बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले कर सकते हैं।
आपको एक जोन
young
डिफाइन करना
young
पड़ेगा,
people,
उस जोन पे आपको
even
अपना काम करना पड़ेगा।
sir, I am
बिल्कुल
sharing
यस
one point.
रविंदर
Even
सर।
young people can create some kind of AI tools they can utilize. How this
यस
young student can be aware from their tools and techniques. Even they can
यस सर।
prepare some kind of cartoonistic form of some models or
यस
some videos, so that they can also share with young people for their awareness, for the school children also. So young people surely can create a good impact for this kind of initiatives. Thank you.
मेन कलेक्शन एंड recycling is very important, means segregation
Yes.
of the waste and the recycling, that the waste should reach to the recycler.
Yes,
Papia
ma'am.
ma'am,
This.
if you want to add
वो
something.
भी है। दूसरा, कहीं ना कहीं ये सोचना होगा कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं, ना कि दूसरा क्या
Right.
कर सकता है।
यस सर।
क्योंकि
लेकिन सर ये
क्योंकि
बच्चे पूछ रहे हैं ना कि हम क्या करें, मतलब प्लास्टिक पोल्यूशन हटा, मतलब रिमूव करने के
ये
लिए
बहुत
हमारा
सारी
क्या
चीजें
करें।
हैं। देखिए,
हाँ
छोटी
Ma'am,
छोटी
plastic
छोटी चीज।
pollution. Ma'am,
हाँ,
I like
यस
to
यस
add. I like to add one point that plastic cannot be banned because today we are discussing here, and in the evening, if my daughter asks that I want to have the kurkure, you will purchase from the market, and that is of
यस
course
सर।
it is a good plastic. It is a Tetra Pak. A Tetra Pak, that plastic is there. It is a good plastic. It is recyclable. But we cannot ban the plastic. We should have the proper application of the plastic in our day-to-day life.
यस
Even I am giving the presentation in the sitting in front of computer. That computer, that total frame is made of plastics. So plastic is closely associated in our life. So we cannot ban the plastic, but single-use plastics, and where that can be banned, that is already banned by the government of India. And where we can minimize the plastic, that we can do, like
यस मैम।
bamboos,
Fine.
that
स्ट्रॉ,
all the
हाँ,
crockeries of
पेपर
bamboo,
स्ट्रॉ, बैम्बू स्ट्रॉ, यस यस मैम। पेपर
uh,
sorry, bamboo plates and all, lot of
bamboo
things।
plates are coming, ceramic
Yes
plates are coming. That can be
yes, that can be used.
plastic.
These days, a lot of in villages in UP they are using thermocol and plastics. As just now I told, in Bhandara and all, plastic glasses are used. That should not be done.
The
Yes, ma'am.
That
thermocol
can be,
should not be
that
used because when in the later on what happened when large scale of plastic thermocols are dumped and there is no other option, they are just firing there, and this is the
yes,
main cause for the increasing of dioxin and furan in our environment.
greenhouse gas. Yes,
Uh,
yes, ma'am.
आप
Yes,
Especially for the
एक
dioxin and
छोटा सा
furan, and
एग्जाम्पल,
dioxin and furan treatment is very high. So these are the small initiative is required, but as a citizen, we should have the place for that. That we will try our best to avoid the uses of plastic, but where it is not avoidable, so of course we have to use it. There is no other
yes,
option.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That
Ravinder
is
sir, one Sanjay sir is asking question. Ravinder sir,
Yes.
one Sanjay sir is asking question that you
Yeah.
have answered. Also, you can
One
explain
more.
well, sir.
Rahul is said, is any program for the youth in BHU who wants to work on
Yes, sir.
environment related issues?
Rajiv sir,
कहीं ना कहीं
बता
यहाँ जैसे बीएचयू में अगर बात करेंगे तो इन्वायरमेंटल रिसोर्स रिलेटेड एमएससी लेवल पे 5 कोर्स चलते हैं। 3 हमारे डिपार्टमेंट में एमएससी, इकोलॉजिकल एमएससी इन्वायरमेंट साइंस, स्पेशलाइजेशन इन इकोलॉजिकल साइंसेज, सेकंड इज स्पेशलाइजेशन इन इन्वायरमेंटल टेक्नोलॉजी, एंड थर्ड इज अर्थ एंड एटमॉस्फेरिक, एंड 2 अदर डिपार्टमेंट चलते हैं। तो अगर कोई ग्रेजुएट लेवल पे है तो और इन्वायरमेंट पे अपना कैरियर बनाना चाहता है तो उसको चूज कर सकता है।
Now, ma'am, we are running out of time, so shortly we can answer
एक
Sanjay
छोटा सा
question.
इशू और भी है। आप देखते होंगे पहले झंडे जो आते थे कागज के आते थे, अब रैलियों
Yes, sir.
में या इंडिपेंडेंस डे पे या अदर जगह पे बहुत फ्रिक्वेंटली यूज होता है। तो प्लास्टिक इज
Yes.
नॉट बैड, बट उसका एक वर्जन जो सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक है वर्जन, दैट शुड बी अवॉइडेड। और
Yes,
बैन,
sir.
Yes.
जहाँ तक सर बैन की बात है, मैं बैन को फिजिबल नहीं मानता। बैन तो है कई स्टेटों में, मैंने दिखाया है, मगर तब पर भी प्लास्टिक बिक रही है। तो
Yes,
कहीं
sir.
ना कहीं अवेयरनेस, भाई पहले जूट का बैग आता था, अदर चीज आती, कहीं ना कहीं प्लास्टिक उसका स्थान लिया है ना। तो अगर
Yes.
अगर हम
जूट
अदर
का
चीज
बैग
को,
सर अभी भी आता है, बट यूज नहीं
अभी
कर
भी
रहे
सर हम
हैं।
लोग
Thank you,
कॉन्फ्रेंस में
sir.
जूट बैग ही लेते हैं सर, जूट बैग ही
अदर
प्रेफर करते हैं।
चीज को आप प्रमोट करेंगे तो
Yes, sir.
कहीं ना कहीं प्लास्टिक
Renewable
इंडस्ट्री पे लोड
resources को,
पड़ेगा,
हाँ।
तो कहीं ना कहीं उसका फिर प्रोडक्शन भी इफेक्टेड होगा। तो कहीं ना कहीं
Sir.
हमें ये अप्रोच भी अपनाना पड़ेगा।
Yes, sir. Sir, your point is well taken, sir. Now we are running out of time.
Okay.
So we will just quickly address this question of Mr. Sanjay. In context of dumping yard, I have seen proper segregation of plastic waste is not done by municipal bodies. Many people risking their lives to collect plastic wastage from the dumping yard. 100% plastic waste free environment cannot be achieved. So is there any efficient way to ensure that proper segregation of plastic waste is done? I think this is clearly answered to be answered like this. The door-to-door activities and door-to-door campaign by the municipal department, government, and by the people itself. So then it can be achieved proper 100% plastic free. So thanks to Mr. Sanjay for asking this question. Now,
Sir, I like to add here. Sir, I like to add one point that whatever whatever that Sanjay is asking, that is true. But in the landfill side, especially in the Delhi, there are the trauma machines. And trauma machines, the hat system, which is the sorting for the sorting through machines. And here we can segregate the three types of waste. One is municipal solid waste, and second is the construction and demolition waste, and third is the plastic waste. So rack pickers are if you are segregated at home also, door to door service you are talking about, if you are segregated at home also, but the rack pickers will mix it together, because
Yes.
it is their livelihood. They are earning, this is the earning source for them. But after going to the landfill side, especially in the daily landfill side where it is totally filled with the mixed municipal solid waste, here trauma machines are acting very efficiently, and we are segregating all the things, especially for the CND waste, municipal waste, as well as the plastic waste.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I mentioned in my presentation that training of these rack pickers is also required. So thank you, ma'am. Now over to you, Ramandeep.
Yes, that was an insightful discussion, and we are currently short of time. So I would like to invite Dr. Upasana Yadav to deliver vote of thanks.
Unmute your mic, ma'am.
Ma'am, please unmute your mic. Ma'am, you are not audible. Ma'am, please
Okay,
unmute.
okay. Thank you, Ramandeep, for inviting me to give the vote of thanks. So first of all, I would like to say good afternoon to one and all present here. It is great privilege that I, Dr. Upasana Yadav, extends the vote of thanks on the behalf of the organizing team of today's national workshop on emerging technologies for the plastic waste detection and cleanup, which was organized by Amity School of Applied Sciences Department of Student Welfare, Eco Club, in collaboration with National Institute of Disaster Management, Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. We are especially, first of all, I would like to thank Safi Hassan Rijvi, IPS Executive Director and NIDM, for giving us a permission to conduct this workshop on this cross-cutting issues. Then I would like to I would like to give the heartful thanks to our Professor Anil Vashi sir, Pro Vice Chancellor AUUP Lucknow campus, for his continued support and guidance in aligning the academic endeavors with national missions. We sincerely thank Wing Commander Dr. Anil Kumar, Deputy Pro Vice Chancellor AUUP Lucknow campus for a motivating address for emphasizing interdisciplinary approaches towards sustainable solutions to beat the plastic pollution. Our gratitude to Professor Dr. Kamar Rahman, Dean Research, Science and Technology AUP Lucknow campus, whose article published today in Times of India showed the sustainable solutions to reduce the plastic waste, but also contribute to achieve broader environmental and public health goals aligned with United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We also thank Dr. Rajiv Verma, Dean Student Welfare, AUP Lucknow campus, for his guidance that emphasized the need for the academic institutions to take an active lead in the environmental stewardship. We are also grateful to Professor Dr. Ashita Kulshrestha ma'am, head of the institution ASAS AUP Lucknow, for the welcome address and for her dedicated leadership in organizing today's workshop. Our sincere thanks to Professor Surya Prakash, Head EOC, Geometeorological Risk Management Division, NIDM Delhi, for sharing his knowledge and practical insights into the disaster risk management and plastic pollution. We also extend our appreciation to Dr. Ravinder Singh, Senior Consultant NIDM, for his dual contribution, first in setting the context of today's theme so effectively, and later for delivering the thought-provoking keynote lecture on solid waste management and mission life. Our gratitude goes to the esteemed keynote speakers, Dr. Papya Mandal, Principal Scientist, CSIR NIRI, for her insightful presentation on benefits of plastic applications and intricacies to manage plastic waste in India. Her PPT helped in understanding the benefits of plastic applications along with the challenges and strategies for managing the plastic waste, which is crucial for the India's sustainable development. Dr. Rajiv Pratap Singh, Associate Professor, BHU Varanasi, for his compelling talk on the topic plastic pollution, challenges, threats, and opportunities. Sir has given a comprehensive view on the plastic pollution, not just an environmental issue, but also a multifaceted global concerns with potential solutions and innovations. I would also like to thank Dr. Ashutosh Kumar, Assistant Professor, Thapar Institute, for showing the technological innovations through his lecture, Trash to Treasure. Inspire us to look at plastic waste through the lens of opportunity. I would also like to thank Ms. Ramandeep Kaur, consultant and IDM, for anchoring the event seamlessly and managing the flow of session with grace and clarity. A special thank to all the participants and attendees from across the country who joined us on this virtual platform and engaged with the enthusiasm, contributing to the success of this workshop. Lastly, I express my appreciation to the organizing team, technical support staff, volunteers, especially the Eco Club president, Ridhima and Mihir, who worked behind the scenes to ensure the smooth execution of the event. Thank you all once again for making this workshop a meaningful step toward environmental awareness and innovation. I would like to end my vote of thanks with a very beautiful quote by Robert Swan. The great threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. So no one, we all have to contribute to save the Mother Earth. Lastly, I would like to say that every piece of the plastic ever made still exists somewhere on this planet. So we have to say no to the plastic today and save the earth tomorrow. Means single-use plastic. As Papya man, we cannot stop, we cannot ban it, but we can stop the single-use plastic and recycling. Segregation is very important. So thank you, and IDM team and all the speakers and all the participants once again. So we are going to end, sir. Ravinder, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
madam.
you,
Thank you,
everyone.
madam.
Wishing
For
everyone a
nicely
happy
following.
Environment Day.
Thank you, Ashita ma'am. Thank you, Rajiv sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Wishing everyone a happy Environment Day, and we should
Yes, happy
continue to
Environment Day to
collaborate
all.
and innovate to plastic
Yes,
free environment. Thank
yes,
you.
sir.